Well, what a year it's been for Apple in 2023. Can we give it up, everybody?
Wow. The end of the year.
What a year.
The
Hi,
end
guys.
of the
Welcome
year
back.
For us and the end of the year for Apple.
Welcome back to the Apple Awards for 2023. I'm your host, Sam Kohl.
And I'm your host, me. Thank you for watching this awards show.
And today we are guys, this is a new type of tradition that we might start. If the podcast episode tanks, we're never doing this again. But if it's a 1 out of 10, then we'll be doing this every year forever because we're greedy little view people. My point being, we're here today. I hope you're still playing the music in the background, right? All right, this is going to sound really...
Yeah, sure. It's still going. Yep, there it is.
Okay, sweet. Okay, well, it should have been going the whole time. Let's just get it out of the way.
It's been the whole time.
Yeah, here we go. So in this episode, we are recounting the good, the mid, and the ugly.
The good, the mid, and the ugly. Any guess who came up with that name? Which one of us?
It was Luke Miani.
It was Luke Miani. The good, the mid, and the ugly.
He's like somewhere overseas. I don't know.
We recorded
anyway.
a whole episode yesterday, and then at the end of the episode, Sam was like, wait, would it be a good idea to do a best and worst of Apple for the year? And that's what he said at the end of the episode. So here we are again, recording it again.
Yeah.
Also, you're on a completely different set for this episode. It looks great.
Yeah, this is
Look at this boy.
I mean, it looks fine. I don't know. It's pretty bland and boring.
It looks like an award show.
I think the way this is going to work, because it's been quite a tumultuous year. At the beginning of the year we got some new Macs. In the middle of the year we got Software Vision Pro, and then at the end of the year we got an Apple Watch band. So
yeah,
I think quite a bit.
That's what we got. Yep.
To jump into today. Okay, what order do we go in? Do we go bad first, mid first, good first?
Everyone wants bad first, so we gotta save the bad.
Yeah, let's say. Okay, so let's start with the good. I think that's a good spot to start.
Let's start with the good.
Okay.
The good and the mid.
What was your number one good for the year?
My number one.
If you had to pick one thing that you're like, this is what Apple just nailed. This is what was great.
Okay, so it sounds small, but like big picture and the potential of this is massive. So I think my number one is personal voice.
Dog.
Shut the fuck up.
Serious?
This is my list.
Hey, I have a question for you. How many times have you used that in the past year?
All my family's fucking dead. So maybe if they were a few years, 10 years earlier, I could have used it. That's not the fucking point. I'm looking out for the people. I'm a man of the people.
Here's my real question. Okay, so personal voice is the feature where just for everybody that doesn't know, because it's been a few months, where it recreate, you spend, literally, I've done this, you spend, I think, 30 to 45 minutes on your phone recording voice notes. So you're like, I went to the store yesterday. Abraham Lincoln was born in this year. It's just like a bunch of random phrases that you read. And
the CIA killed JFK, like things like that.
yeah, that stuff. Like we're living in a simulation. It's really weird, but it's all for the software. And using AI, it recreates your voice.
The reason I am choosing personal voice as my number one is because of the precedence that it sets. So it's like, it's not the standalone feature itself. It's that AI, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, is the future, right? Like, there's no avoiding it. AI is the future, and it's moving really, really fast right now. It's moving scary fast currently. And in order for AI to be not as scary and more balanced, it's going to require companies like Apple that make these products so accessible to be careful with how they use AI. And this is one of the first examples they're giving us of using AI with like guardrails up, like when you're bowling at a bowling alley, and so it's just to avoid going into gutter. They put the guards up. This is to make sure your bowling ball doesn't go in the gutter, and it's not like the Wild West with AI with Apple, at least yet. If this is the precedent that they're setting, this is my number one, and I'm a huge fan because I would like to see more stuff like this. I'd like to see them use AI more in this capacity than just like. To me, this is more meaningful than like a chat GPT or like an assistant like that. Add it to Siri, sure, do your thing, but more stuff like this, using AI for good instead of evil, sets a huge precedence, and that's why personal voice is my number one.
Okay, that's fair. So I set it up. Earlier this year, I set it up. And I think there might have been a little bit too much hype is what I'm trying to say. This is why this would be in my mid section personally, because this is what it
Really?
sounds like.
Hello, my name is Sam's personal voice.
That sounds just like him.
Hello, my name is Sam's personal
There's
voice.
there's some artifacting, but like that's you. That sounds like you.
No, it actually doesn't sound like me at all. It's actually quite bad, and I don't think the feature should have been rolled out yet.
Everyone watching and listening, put your vote down in the comments. There's some artifacting in that, but it sounds like you.
Dude. Now, I'm going to also give you another detail that's probably going to change your perspective. Did I record it in the United Lounge before an international flight?
With AirPods on? Is that where the artifactings come from?
No, it was actually on the microphone.
Okay.
So that maybe that could be part of it, right? Maybe there could be some stuff, but I just don't. I don't know.
But
it sounds a little gimmicky.
You don't see what this is setting up for AI on iPhone?
I just think if my mother's voice was on there, it would be insulting to hear it like that.
What?
Because it's not actually them, and it's not close yet.
I'm curious to hear other people's opinion in the comments, because it's like you know how you sound different in your head than when you sound recording back. I think this is you being taken aback by the AI version of you talking. Like it's easier for you to point out the details that aren't accurate. But to me, it's like 75% there. It sounds like you. If the artifacting was smoother, or there wasn't any artifacting, much better. But yeah.
I just have one response to that.
You may.
This is another example.
So here it is. This is my custom personal voice, and it sounds actually kind of close to me.
No, it doesn't. Who typed that?
I'm so excited for the new iPhone 15. What is up, my dudes?
It sounds like you without any emotion.
What is up, my dudes?
I don't know. It's a little gimmicky. I'm going to tell you my number one, okay? And there's just nothing that frankly comes close.
Okay, what's your number one?
It's USB-C on the iPhone 15.
You would fucking pick that. That's on my list of good as well, but not as my number one.
Dude, the amount of times in the past 3 months that I've been like, oh God, where's my lightning cable? And then I'm like, wait, I don't need you anymore. This has been a controlling, demented relationship for the past decade plus.
Yeah,
and I'm out,
toxic.
baby. Yeah, very toxic. So, yeah, there's not much to say about that one. Okay, what's next up for good? It doesn't even have to be in order. I feel like number one was
next up for
good.
Free SOS service for another year.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah. We'll give that an applause.
Yeah, that's another good. I think you and I both agree that eventually it is just going to be free. They're just not ready to say that yet. But Sam and I both agree that it was a major feature last year with iPhone 14. And them, especially that it's free, but them coming out and announcing that you get another year for free, that's a good on Apple little move right there.
Yeah, that was cool. Okay, that's a good one. I kind of forgot it. Yeah, so they did free emergency contact, and probably what they're gonna do, I bet, is they're gonna turn it into like actual satellite calls and satellite texting to anybody whenever you want off cell.
Yeah,
but then they're gonna be like, the safety features are free.
Yes, I agree with you with the safety. And honestly, okay, that's like
that's fair. I completely
safety features should always be free, calling 911 and all that other stuff, texting 911. Yeah. But yeah, if you have to pay a little bit for like satellite use for just
new feature,
communicating with friends and stuff, yeah,
I think that's fair. I totally get that. Okay, I would say. This is sort of in order for me. Is like just impressed is the M3 MacBook Pros. I think those are fire.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And the M3 Max in general, dude. M3 chip's not playing. The fact that the M3 Max is basically the same as the M2 Ultra, and the M2 Ultra came out in... Wait, dude, the M2 Ultra came out in June. Within like 4 months, they made a laptop chip. They're like, this is as good as our top desktop chip. Enjoy.
Yeah. What happens if we have like the same thing on our list? Because I have USB-C on iPhone 15 on my list. Now that's like, is that off my list now?
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I don't know what happens. I think like one of us has to like fight. Like I think we have to fight to the death or something.
Yeah.
Like,
do we have to?
No. Because we're gonna have overlap. So just mention. Like, did you have the M3 Max in the good section?
No, I didn't. No, that's not in my good section. No.
Would that be in your mid section?
That's hard because it's really good, but it's like Apple has they've conditioned me to expect this now. Like every time Apple Silicon gets updated, it's always like a holy shit, that's crazy, and then we just move on like it's normal. We just pretend like it's normal.
It comes in space black now.
That's not okay. Is the space black on your list? Is the color on your list? That's the best Apple did. One out of 5 things. Best thing Apple did this year was make the color different on the MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you know what? I'm going to surprise you with my next pick.
Go ahead.
The 15-inch MacBook Air. That's in my good section. That's really cool. It's very pretty.
You put the MacBook Air in your good section?
Yeah, the 15-inch one. Not the 13-inch, but the 15-inch, because it's very thin and light and very pretty and big screen good.
Okay, but do we agree that 13-inch is the best size?
No, 13 inches is far too small, and if you use that, you're a little baby person.
Just checking. I just had to check. Also on my good list is, even though they kind of fumbled in the integration, Pro apps finally coming to iPad.
Oh.
It's on my list. Why did you say "oh" like that and then not respond?
I have more to say about that in the following section.
Okay. Okay. Wait, is the following section the mid section?
Guess you'll have to find out.
Okay. Well, I mean, I should know. I'm also the co-host.
Well,
I feel like I should know.
Well, actually, you said you're hello. That's what your name was.
Okay. What's next on your list?
Okay. I think my last one, or maybe second to last if we're doing, I think 5 per section's good. Oh,
okay. Yeah.
So many for the ugly. Okay. Vision Pro.
Okay. We're still in the best section?
Yeah. Vision Pro that's sick. It's a sick product. It looks dope. I like my little eyes on the screen. It's going to change the world. Every time I have a doubt, I'm just like, again, the first version is not going to be like, oh my God, everybody bought the Vision Pro. That is not what I believe. However, I think by version 3 or 4, it's going to be like a lot of households will have one of these in some capacity.
Okay.
And I don't think it's going to look like it does now, to be clear. I think it's going to start getting way slimmed down.
Yeah, okay.
And way more chill. Like, again, just
I
like
thought you meant like when it
iPhone
releases next month.
I mean, I think what I would say, like the Vision Pro, like yes, a moment will be like when they slim it down from iPhone 2G to iPhone 4 or iPhone 5. Maybe iPhone 5 specifically, where it's just like sleek, light, a little bit bigger, can do more. Like the iPhone 5 was just penultimate. I think that so Vision Pro's not in your good is what you're saying.
It was just too early for me to tell. Like from like a technological standpoint, yeah, I would put it on my list of just incredible, holy shit, how can we make that sort of thing? But it's not, I have never tried it, so it's hard to put it on the list.
Okay, well then what's next on your good list? Vision Pro Reader 77.
Okay, RCS.
Hey, that's on mine too. We agree. Yay!
I love agreeing with my friend.
Okay. Yes, RCS is good. That was also on my good list. I think that Apple playing nicer with Android is good. There's a lot of people saying that it's still going to be like basically the same thing, and I don't think that's true because if RCS is actually here, it's texting over the internet versus texting using cell towers, and it's going to be a lot. Like I've seen so many people being like, Apple did the bare minimum, nothing's actually going to change. And I don't think that's actually true. Like, yes, they're using the universal profile, which is like a more basic stripped down version. But also that makes sense because if they use Google's profile, then like Google has more dominance on the iPhone and why would they do that? Like that doesn't make sense for them. So yeah, just the fact that people are going to send like high quality images and videos from iPhone to Android and vice versa.
Yeah, like
it's gonna
seamlessly,
make it
everyone's experience will be better.
And yeah, it's
like
still gonna be
most
green,
people won't even know that this occurred behind the scenes, and suddenly images will just appear better, video will appear better, delivered and read receipts will show up better or at all. It's nothing but a good thing. Of course, just green bubble still, but I mean, what do you want?
Okay, since we agreed, is that everything on your good list, or do you have one more thing?
Yes, that's everything on my good list.
Okay, I've got one more thing.
Okay, hit me.
And I'd like to show you a picture, if I may.
Okay, show me a picture. Are you going to share your screen? That sort of thing?
Yeah, dude. Can you literally give me like one?
No, I'm asking you, are you going to share your screen so I can queue up a scene for it, or are you going to show it something to me on your phone?
No. Why would I do that? Dude, I'm just trying my best here to run this award show, and you're making it really hard.
Okay, all right.
Gosh. Can I get a new host here, please?
You can't, actually.
Okay, well, why is everything like the ugliest? What does critical materials mean? What is that? Like, what? I just tried to Google the new CarPlay. New CarPlay, car and driver. I think they had images. Yeah, no. Dude, here we go. Here we go. We finally made it. Okay. This is on my good list. This is hot. This is really hot. The new CarPlay, dude. Come on.
Looking pretty sick. This was on your good list?
Yeah, this is the last thing on my good list, dude. Because technically they did announce it this year. Or technically they did announce the cars it'll start being in this year. And it looks really good. But apparently I heard that like this is all photoshopped and not actually real yet. Like,
of course. It's just a concept for now.
Yeah, but that's why I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of whack, if you ask me. Okay, so that's the end of my good list. Yay, we made it!
Yay!
Now it's the part of the episode.
What's our mid list?
Now it's the part of the episode that it's gonna start getting spicy.
Okay. All right. I'm ready for spicy.
Okay. Where the fuck are all the iPads?
This is starting our mid. Yeah, it's not.
How do
great.
you not release a single new iPad in a year?
But
that's
Sam,
insane.
The sales are declining.
I mean, yes and no. Like there was a pandemic boom again.
Who would have thought that sales for a product are going to decline in a year where you don't release any of that product?
I mean, the thing is, it didn't even decline that much though. Because like normal people are just buying iPads to buy an iPad. And I think if any market could get away with not releasing anything new, it is the iPad, because I'm going to say it. I'm going to come out and say it.
Say it.
iPad's kind of the same now as it was in 2010. Kind of the same thing.
That's hard to agree with. That's kind of hard to agree with.
Think about how you use your iPad day to day.
Okay.
And tell me what you do on it now that you couldn't do in 2010. That is a useful thing.
Okay, how I use my iPad is different. You're talking to a guy who his favorite iPad is iPad mini. The thing that I love about iPad mini is that it is closest to the iPad experience from when it launched. Like, I don't think that the way Steve, when he sat down in that cute little chair and he showed us how he uses his iPad or how he thinks we're going to use our iPad, I think that was right when it launched. However, I'm sure people that use the iPad as their main device or artists would greatly disagree with what you are saying. They can do a lot with their iPad that they couldn't do then.
You could draw on the original iPad.
What are you talking about, dude? This is the same guy that needs 128 gigabytes of RAM. You could edit video on a 2010 laptop too. I'm sure you edit easier and better and can do more on your laptop of today.
Yes, but that's also like Apple Silicon is like a huge advancement over the Intel era. Like I'm saying, fundamentally, this product is the same thing. And like the iPhone is like, yes, it's fundamentally the same thing too, but the iPhone has gotten way more useful in a way that is like measurable. And you can see like the market reflects like the iPhone has gotten, people really like that product. And the iPad is just in a weird spot. I've got a whole ass video coming about this.
You do.
And it's just a lot of my emotions coming from the fact that this is Apple's doing. Like it was Apple's tablet battle to lose, and they lost it when they decided that the iPad needed to be a computer. And that on top of like releasing new iPads, and then hearing next year, it's like, okay, what are the big updates for the iPad going to be? Oh, it's going to be more like a MacBook. Yo, the MacBook already exists. You don't like, that would be like, dude, that would be like for the next Apple Watch. Apple's like, we want to make it more like the iPhone because people really like the iPhone. It's like, no, it's a watch. Make it a better watch, not a better phone. So it's like every year for so long, because Apple needs to justify these stupid ass prices. But I'll just say some of my video.
You're getting upset really fast.
No. We're sliding to the bad section real quick. Do you realize? You know what? I'm kind of jumping ahead, but listen. It's in the mid because I still like my iPad, but it's just really frustrating. Do you realize that to get to make the iPad a computer, you would have to buy the $1,100 12.9-inch iPad Pro and the $350 Magic Keyboard. John, could you tell me?
Are you saying to make your iPad a laptop? Because it is a computer with or without those things. Your phone is a computer.
Okay.
It does all the same things.
Okay, Grandma.
It does all the same things.
Oh, technology's amazing, isn't it?
Things have
evolved so fast.
You're arguing that to make it a computer, but it ships as a computer.
No, it does not ship as a... Okay, fine. It doesn't ship as a good computer.
Okay, fine. I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, my lovely co-host. By the way, auditions are opening for a new co-host
Hey, you
in
wait a fucking
2024.
second. You know what? You know what's in my mid-list? This episode and the current attitude you came in here with. What the fuck did
I would put that in the bad list.
in between last night when we recorded the episode and you were very friendly and saying nice things, and today when I sat down and you're just hostile. This is a hostile environment for John Prosser right now.
Yeah,
and I don't even know fucking why.
Let me finish.
Oh, you're not going to answer my question?
The iPad. You know what? You made me lose my train of thought. Just like Apple lost a train of thought with the iPad back in about 2015 with the first iPad Pro. Add these two numbers together. What is $1,100 plus $350? Tell me what that is.
500. 1,500?
It's $1,450, but hey, not all of us went to college. Listen, do you realize that Apple's value proposition for the iPad to replace your computer is to spend, with tax, about $1,500? John, what is the cheapest Mac cost? Let's say MacBook, not Mac Mini, because that's not.
So like $999 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who, in their right mind, is buying a $1,500 iPad Pro with horrible software, terrible limits on like what you can plug it and play with, and a shitty operating system with an average ass keyboard and a smaller screen than a Mac, even though it's got the M2 chip instead of the M1? Why would you spend $1,500 on an iPad that can do less than a $999 3-year-old MacBook
I just think
Air?
we fundamentally disagree because
you're not defending that price, are you? That's absurd.
I'm not defending the price, but you're like, you're asking it like there's no possible use case.
There isn't. It's a bad computer.
May I finish? Are you all right?
Dude, I spent 23 hours this week researching the iPad.
What did I do to you? Because you
angry.
act like I've spent 23 hours just shitting in your cereal. You have no response?
I didn't have a lot to eat today. Maybe I'm a little.
Is that it?
Actually,
do you want me to DoorDash you some food?
Let me say what I'm about to say. And that's why, because I'm so hungry, I think it's time for our first sponsor.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
let's do that.
Trying to get a word in this show. It's the new year.
What?
And that's time for cheer. And
New
it's time
year,
to get rid of your food fear, because HelloFresh sponsored this episode of the Genius Bar.
There it is.
Guys, we're back. Listen, whether you want to save money, you want to eat better, you want to stress less, HelloFresh is here to help you do all three. Say hello to your most delicious
Say
year
hello
yet.
to Fresh.
Say hello to Fresh. That, we should copyright that. John, could you tell them what this service? Maybe they've never heard of HelloFresh. Maybe they're like, I like food.
If they haven't
What
heard
is
of
this?
HelloFresh, are they even fans of this show?
Maybe they're
HelloFresh
new.
has been around with us since basically the beginning. Farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients delivered right to your door. You get to choose. Do you want 3 meals a week? Do you want 5 meals a week? Do you want just one? You pick. You can either pick the meals you want or have them curate and pick the meals for you. They send you a box. Inside that box, bags full of ingredients to make just that meal specifically. So there's not a bunch of leftover ingredients that go bad in your fridge. None of that. They give you exactly what you need, and also really clear, easy to read instructions to cook those things. It's like 30 minutes of your time, maybe. It helps me cook. It teaches me to cook. And also the meals are phenomenal. Chef-inspired meals. Like, they did all the work. You just make it, and then it's delicious. Also, Sam and I mention this all the time, but the vegetables and stuff, it feels like it was picked right from like my backyard and then put on my front door. I don't know. Vegetables and stuff from HelloFresh taste nothing like you would get at the grocery store. I don't know how they do it. It might be witchcraft, and we think you should try it. Don't believe me? You should try it. Go to HelloFresh.com/GeniusBar free and use code GeniusBar free for, I don't know how they're doing this, free breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. Sam, that's great for you because you love breakfast.
That's free breakfast for life. That's LIFE, the thing that we're all currently doing at HelloFresh.com/GeniusBar free with code GeniusBar free. It is highly encouraged to voice the tagline. I had to say it. It's America's #1 meal kit. It's so funny. It's true. It's actually true. Like we Maybe, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. It's my favorite. I love HelloFresh so much. They're the best. I mean, maybe somebody else wants to come on here, but like, show me the vegetables. That's all I gotta say.
Who else is giving?
Show me
breakfast?
the vegetables.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Thank you to HelloFresh. We love you guys.
Thank you, HelloFresh. Okay, welcome back from that.
I feel so much better now. Just kidding.
What I'm saying is, you can get a MacBook for cheaper. But you still can't do iPad things with the MacBook. You're not going to disconnect the display and walk away and go use it elsewhere and just use it as an iPad. The people that want this experience, I don't want this experience, by the way. I'm not one of these people that wants to be able to it's the same reason I never bought the Windows PCs, the Surfaces, where you can just take the fucking thing off and walk off. I don't want to do that. But that is a benefit for people to where they can do both. They buy one device, can do both instead of buying, because yes, Here's my counter argument to you. Buying a $999 MacBook Air and an iPad is still more than just getting an iPad that can do both. If you need the bare minimum of both, that's a perfect product for you.
Yeah,
we will never need the bare minimum.
$1,500.
I know,
That's
brother.
absurd.
I know. I feel your pain. I know what you're saying.
It hit me the other day when I was like, I was working on this video and I finally was like, let's just talk about like money. Because at the end of the day, that's like what moves markets and that's what people care about, right?
Yeah.
It's how much they're going to spend. And I was like, dude, Apple really was like, we're not selling enough iPads. So let's make a really cool one that some people like us are going to really like. But then I actually did the math and I didn't realize. Do you realize that when the first iPad Pro came out, the 12.9-inch version started at $799?
Okay.
That's sick. That's a really good value, I would say, for a 13-inch touchscreen. And then with the 2018 redesign, they bumped it up to $1,000 for the big one. And then with the M1, they bumped it up to or maybe the M2, one of them, the mini, it was the M1 mini LED. They bumped it up to $1,099. Don't fucking patronize me, FaceTime.
I thought you were yelling at me for it.
I don't want anything to happen. Like if fireworks came out right now, I'd be really pissed.
That makes no sense how that happens in this.
Can I do like
program.
an L emoji? Anyway, the more I've learned about the iPad and the more I've seen what Apple has done to get here, the more I'm like, you guys are actually morons for this. Like you guys had this sick tablet and you ruined it. And there's just no question that the iPad is in a worse spot today than it's ever been because of how convoluted it's gotten. So it's in the midsection to wrap up because not only did they not release new iPads and even try this year, they just gave up. They just gave up for 2023. Yeah. And iPadOS 17 and stage. Oh, man. It's just. So that's the first on my list. What's the first on your mid list?
I don't have a mid list. I didn't even know you were doing mid.
Oh, so it's all me? Next up, the Pro apps on the iPad. Dog.
Okay, so you've taken my good and put it in mid?
John, because here's the thing. And I'm noticing this about you, and I appreciate this about you, but you're being very theoretical in your list.
Okay.
Personal voice will be cool one day. Final Cut and Pro apps on the iPad will be
Are
cool
you
for
not?
the people
Did you not
it.
just do that with Vision Pro, my guy?
Okay. That's something that is in all of our theoretical lists, dog. You're picking out the one example that's not real.
It's fine for you, but not for me.
No, I'm saying, dog, you're literally picking a product that's not out, that is not a fair or accurate comparison. You're getting me riled up in this last episode.
I don't even know how. I'm just sitting here being handsome.
You are very handsome. You're a very handsome man. Dude, the Pro apps on the iPad, because of what the iPad is, are still like not usable, dude. Like I tried. I was like, wait, to get my SD footage on my iPad, I need an SD card reader. So then you have to get an SD card reader attachment. And then you're like, wait, to edit on an iPad, it's actually really bad. Like they tried. And listen, I will give them credit in the good section for trying with the Pro apps. And notice I'm saying only Final Cut, actually. Logic actually seems somewhat compelling on the iPad. I actually have like played around with that, and it is better on the tablet. But
better than
Final Cut.
Better than what?
Logic is better than Final Cut. Sorry, I misspoke. Okay. And like that's more compelling. But it's like, dude, with Final Cut, it's because the iPad is so limited still, and it just like trying to use the trackpad and the little baby thing. with the current Magic Keyboard that's been around since 2020 and the price of the Magic Keyboard, and then you have to buy these accessories to get your footage on there. And it's like, well, to export, you can't really I guess you could go to the web version of YouTube, but that always works weird on tablets because then you're using the iPad file management system. I think for the iPad to win, they need to make it a better tablet and stop trying to make it a computer replacement. And I think I've sort of maintained that for a while, but it's just so clear that I know what Apple's trying to do. They know that tablets don't sell well. Mm-hmm. So how do you make a tablet sell well? You turn it into something that does sell well.
Throw everything at it.
Exactly. But the problem is, you're ultimately getting now the worst of both worlds. You're getting a worse tablet and a worse computer.
I hate that it just sounds like I'm disagreeing with everything you're saying, because I'm not. I just I think there's a middle ground that we're missing. Of course, for somebody like you or I,
yeah,
when we grew up and are conditioned, it's almost muscle memory editing the way that we do, and then to go down to something that is watered down, of course it's harder for us. But people editing with iPad have been plugging SD cards in, have been transferring footage like that. It's a pain for us because we don't have to deal with that. But this is for people that are just using their iPad. This is a net positive for them.
Yes, but those people aren't
it's
real. That's they're not real people. Because this is what I'm saying. And I listen, I know there's gonna be some people in the comments that are like, I've been using my iPad only since 2010, and it's the best device ever. Because those people are little freaks, and that's cool. I'm a little freak too.
Okay.
The point that I'm trying to make is theoretically, the iPad is sick. You spend $1,500, it's a tablet and your computer. It's so cool, and you have Final Cut in these pro apps now. But in practice, okay, listen. I should be specific, and I should really clear what I'm saying. I'm talking about the iPad Pro. I think the base iPads are sick for what they cost. I'm talking about the $1,500 iPad Pro and the value proposition that just doesn't exist there, because no person that for a living is doing creative work is choosing the iPad over the Mac. That's just a fact. That is just a fact. If you are at a high level getting paid and your paycheck depends on hitting timelines and hitting deadlines, there's not a single one of you that is not just editing for fun that is using an iPad instead of a Mac. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Dude. And listen, if you do, I guess reach out, because that would be fascinating to do a brain scan of some kind. But I don't. Listen, if you're all this to say, if you like your iPad, and of course the people that are angry at me are already stop listening. But if you like your iPad, that's cool. And I'm not saying don't enjoy your iPad. I'm just saying, is somebody I feel like I was gaslit and lied to by Apple marketing that it was going to replace my computer, and now you'll notice. You know that here's the last zinger I'll hit you with. Did you know that on the entire iPad Pro website right now, Apple's learn more details page, that they don't say the word computer a single time?
Okay.
I just find that interesting from a company that for 4 years was computer replacement. It's not what is a computer, bro? What? Dude, Apple literally gaslit us by being well, what is a computer even anyway?
I'm so
it's
sorry
only $1,500
that he's coming in so hot. Did someone break up with you right before we recorded?
No, but John, this is what happens when you
stare. The question, what is a computer, is accurate. That's what I'm saying. It's
dude, but they gaslit all of us.
You're the only one that's it's a computer replacement.
No, Apple said that. Apple literally said that.
They said it's a computer replacement?
Yes! That was the whole point of the campaign.
They said, what is a computer?
Dude.
They're trying to get you to think different. Well, I hate that I just said that. Think differently about what, they're saying exactly what I'm trying to say. For you, you're computer, MacBook, Mac Pro, that computer, iPad and iPhone, definitely not computer. They're look at all this stuff you could do. You sure it's not? What do you mean it's not a computer?
Dude, look at this. This is from The Verge in 2018.
Oh, good. We're the end all be all. The Verge.
That's not what. Do you see what they have on
the
screen?
headline. Apple really wants you to think the iPad is a computer. It fucking
Dude, look at this.
is.
I'm gonna
Android phone running.
We're watching this ad right now.
Sandwich from 2011.
Look at this ad. Look at this ad.
It's also a computer.
Dude.
A bad one, but also a computer.
5 reasons the iPad Pro can be your next computer. That is them saying it's gonna replace it.
I'm gonna fucking shoot myself.
You can't do that. Dog. It's more powerful than most computers. What? They are literally saying you no longer need a laptop, just get an iPad, and that is a lie.
Actually, it's more powerful than most computers, is it not? Think about the mass market of Windows PCs out there. Do you disagree? That the iPad is more powerful than the Intel i5 whatever the fuck? Are you? He's leaving, I hope. Please leave. Please leave and take your fucking attitude with you.
And that being said, I use a $1,500 iPad Pro most days because it's really fun to watch videos on.
Oh, man. Okay.
What's next on your list?
Okay, is this mid?
We're still on the mid stuff.
Okay.
I'm sure there's something that would fit that you probably haven't bad or good.
I got one for you.
Okay.
The fragmentation of lightning. Like this, it's a double-edged sword. I'm really glad to have USB-C on my iPhone, but now my AirPods Max are fucked. Everything's fucked. Like literally everything's fucked. All of my accessories, my MagSafe Duo.
Oh yeah, that was
the
sold months
MagSafe
ago.
battery pack fucked. Like I know you could reverse wireless charge. The hole in it is a lightning port. Like they didn't update the accessories all at the same time. I still have to plug this in with lightning. I still have to plug this in with lightning. Like if you were gonna do it on your main flagship product, everything should have been done in one move. But no.
Yeah.
Now that we have USB-C on our good list, it also means that we're not actually rid of lightning. It's fragmented and terrible now.
So you jumped ahead a bit to my bad section.
Oh, is that in your bad list?
Yeah, it's really frustrating. But I mean, I would agree. That could be because it's not actually oh my god, this
it's a double-edged sword.
But I mean the mid
a life
is,
for a life.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean it's the fact that we have to wait basically another year to get new AirPods Maxes is crazy to me. That's insane. Yeah. And like you said, they discontinued the MagSafe Duo and they discontinued the MagSafe battery pack. And it's why didn't you guys just make better accessories? And how? Did you not know? Did you not read Mac rumors for 4 years? Somebody had to know it was coming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's stuff like that. The MagSafe Duo is actually good. Really good, especially if you're traveling a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. It's a fun little thing.
It's especially if you're traveling, isn't it kind of perfect? Folds up, nice and compact, unfolds, charges your watch and your phone. And I realize you can still do that. But to take that with me, I now also have to take a lightning cord.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
I agree. I'm with you. We agree. We're the same guy. Is this what it feels like to be attacked? We're the same guy. Are all the iPad people going to be mad at me, by the way? I'm not attacking them. I'm attacking the product. They know that.
I mean,
right?
you did call them freaks.
But I also call myself a little freak. That's what that's because it's true. I mean,
and you said if you do this, can we scan your brain?
I forgot about that. I don't actually. I just so everybody knows, I don't actually mean anything. This when I meet Android users in real life,
that.
When I meet Android users in real life, I'm like, oh, what's up? I don't actually. It's not
Okay. All right. What is?
Everybody knows. It's guys. It's all for fun. It's a podcast. It's a show for entertainment.
What's on your list? Who's next? You're next.
The Apple Watches this year, mid, so mid.
Yeah. This is
I bought
one of those areas.
I'm a little freak. See, we're the same.
This is one of those areas where, and it's been this way, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I don't care who says anything. There is not a single company on the level of Apple when it comes to a smartwatch. And because of that, it's actually your fault, everybody else. Because there's no fucking competition, they don't have to try at all. They're the #1 best-selling watch in the world of all watches ever. Even analog watches, we're not just talking smartwatches. No one comes close to them. There's no one like right behind him in the race, hitting their little tail. Just here I'm coming. They don't have to care at all. They're doing the absolute bare minimum, and yeah, they're mid. I agree.
Yeah,
we agree. We're the same guy.
We're the same guy. Everybody, we're the same guy. So, yeah, I mean, Double Tap is just like whatever. Also, they're banned. Major L. Like, that's really cringe. Well, not currently banned, but they're going to be banned again on January 10th unless the software update that Apple submitted gets here. The Apple Watches
were
banned.
It's
a disaster. Yeah, and they're going to probably be banned again because it seems like Apple stole it. Okay, I think my last... Oh, yeah, I got 2 more things on my mid list.
Give me it.
The M2 Max. What was that? Remember those that came out in January? And then 7 months later, Apple was like, here you go. Hey, everybody. Remember those Macs that we definitely didn't release in January? Yeah. Dude, I feel bad for everybody that like me. Like, I just so everybody knows my situation. I bought the spec'd out M2 Max MacBook Pro in January, and I sold it for, I think, just over half what I bought it for 8 months later. So that degradation that quickly is like really bad. Usually that would happen over, in 2 or 3 years when they release a new model, but it's like it just happens so fast.
Nope, never mind. I'm not even gonna. No.
What were you gonna say?
Nope.
What were you gonna say? We're cutting out all the iPad stuff, by the way. My mom's gonna be mad at me. She says it's not. She says it's a bad look when you rant like that. And so I don't want any bad looks. In that case,
I'm definitely not cutting it out. Okay, I was just gonna say, like, explain the reasoning that it's like they didn't put the product out for freaks like us to then buy our second Mac of the year. Like, it's just
no. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Okay.
Which is fair, but at the same time, like the M2 generation in general, the Max chip was pretty good because it was like the same as the M1 Ultra. But in general, it just like if I was, I don't know. It feels weird they went into all the manufacturing, all the stuff to then just redo it in 8 months.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't know. It's odd to me. It's going to be a pretty rare computer. Maybe you should buy a sealed one and just never open it. Be like, maybe. M2. No, definitely not. But I mean, I'm not saying that it's that's why it's in my mid. It's not bad. It's just like it does suck for the people that were like, oh, I guess this is the M2. This is the computer for the next year or two from Apple, and it's like, oh, they already updated it, so now it's already outdated. And again, it's not a bad computer. It's a really great computer. It's just, oh man, the M3 is just so good. Unless you're buying the M3 Pro, in which the M3 Pro is like kind of the same as the M2 Pro for some reason, in which you're fine, same computer. But like M3 Max is, I think it's almost like I think it's twice as fast as like the M2 Max. It's crazy. It's a huge jump forward for the same amount of money, which is I'm like, oh, that hurts a little bit.
You know what else I would put in the mid category?
What?
We just saw them. These fucking FaceTime gestures, like these really terrible. Of course, it's not going to do it now. See what I mean? This is why you're in mid. Not only are you a mid feature by yourself, but you also don't fucking work most of the time.
Yeah, mine's not working either now. It just gave
cool.
up. Cool.
Okay, well, you saw it at one point in this podcast, everybody. That's mid. That's
yeah, very, very, very
I don't want that. It's especially mid that it carries over into like anything that uses my webcam, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn them off if you want, because the story that was funny was like, it's happening during therapy. Somebody's like, I just lost my job last week, guys. This is so bad. I don't know how I can continue to go on.
Why is it fucking working for me? Give me fireworks. Oh, whatever.
Hey, you got double. We just got a double effect.
It's killing me. The fireworks are in my body.
I will say the tracking is like somewhat good from my experience.
Shall we go into badness?
I've got one more for me.
Okay, hit us with the mid.
May I? Father.
You may.
May I?
You may.
The new HomePod. Remember that in January, along with the new M2 Max, just those whole releases, because they made it sound worse, and it's just the same thing, kind of.
I agree.
2017. That's insane that you released the same thing,
but worse.
And slightly worse. No, it's faster processor, and yes, it has a couple bonus features, like the humidity sensor's great. I actually use that all the time. It's really, really cool. Oh, if that was that year, I'd put that in the good. The humidity sensor on HomePod. I actually use that all the time, and it's really cool. So that's going to be good. But yeah, like the HomePod in general, she's like, what are you guys doing? All right, you're like, oh, nobody's really buying these. And you're like, let's release the same thing again.
Yeah, it's Siri with a speaker, and Siri is the worst thing that they have to offer.
And the speaker's pretty good. Like, don't get me wrong. The speakers, I love. I literally stopped using my Sonos for the HomePods just because having Siri tie into my phone and be like, remind me to do this, and have it show up on all my devices is worth it.
Yeah.
Like the pain. But at the same time, I'm
worth
just like,
the pain.
Yeah, the HomePod in general is just like, I mean, we hear Apple's working on like a HomePod with a screen and telescoping arm and this HomePod Apple TV combo, which, I guess would just be a sound bar.
That would be
could
a sound
actually
bar,
be kind of
wouldn't it?
interesting. Yeah. Huh. That'd be interesting. I don't know. That'd be kind of a weird product for Apple, though. I don't know who's like not. I feel like soundbar is kind of a niche industry for Apple to go in.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, that's my mid. If you guys thought we were wound up before, can you be wound up in this episode too? I feel like you haven't been very wound.
We were just screaming at each other, like actually screaming at each other.
Oh yeah, I did. Sorry for getting.
We were
wound
doing
up.
that.
I apologize. It's not a good look.
First in my list of badness, Mac Pro.
Yes, we agree.
Okay. What a fucking joke.
Yeah.
What an absolute atrocity.
Embarrassing. Actually embarrassing.
Something that we were like excited about and gearing up for, that we were like earlier in the year we were talking, oh, well, when that Mac Pro comes, like I'm probably gonna fucking disaster. How dare they? How dare they insult us in such a way?
Yeah.
I know they like designed the hell out of this case and they feel like they got to get more use out of it, but Jesus Christ, are you serious?
It is really pretty. It's really pretty. Like, just look. I mean,
do you remember the concepts of like the little tiny ones when there were rumors of that, like a mini one?
Oh, look at that. 3D animation's new. That's really pretty.
But you're literally just buying the case. There's nothing in it.
There's
nothing inside this case.
You know who bought it?
Lucas Mianis.
Yeah, Luke Miani is a Mac Pro user. That's like his daily computer. And I was like, dog, you're absurd. Like, from the guy that's like, value is everything. Value is the most important thing. He's like, I did spend $8 million on the Mac Pro.
$8 million.
Come on, brother. Come on.
It's quite a joke. Biggest
but it
joke
is really
of the
pretty.
year.
Does it really have 6 USB-C? Okay, that might be worth it. Should I get the Mac Pro? Just kidding. I don't have any money for this.
Can I get a new host? Dave. What? That guy sounds like a good co-host. You're welcome to replace Sam tomorrow. And he's got an accent, so.
Look at this, though. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so empty, but it's so pretty. Oh, the wheels. Dude. Look at that.
You're the worst kind of Apple fan.
I just found, this is going to be my tweet for the day. I'm going to be, name a better wheel.
What a way what a way to go out for the year, huh? You saying that.
Okay, so we agree that was bad.
Yeah, much bad.
Look at that, though, dude. The Pro Display. The Pro Display also has an update that's kind of like, but it's still so pretty. It's still so pretty.
Okay, what's next on your list of bad?
Honestly, I think I got my order a bit mixed up.
What mean?
It's just a lot of iPad stuff I've got in the ugly section. Like,
wow, you can tell that where your heart's at currently.
The USB-C Apple Pencil.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. It's bad when like some of the biggest Apple fans on their Apple podcast, you just mention a product and we just laugh. Like there's no other way to be. Goodness gracious.
But it does stick on the top of the iPad 10.
That's all it does, though. It's not charging.
No. Yeah, it doesn't charge. It just sticks. And then you have to charge it separately.
Dude, come on, Apple.
But, okay, this is what I'm saying where the iPad is a disaster. And everybody... What? Okay, just answer me this or we're cutting it out. Was I not spitting facts earlier?
About iPad?
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't spitting facts, or I was?
Yeah, but like...
See, you agree.
No, this is the thing. It's like, your lines are blurry.
Okay.
Like there's key points that you're making, but then you muddy it up by going to the all the way to the extreme.
Wow. You sound like you just summed up my personality.
Well, that's what it was. It's like, yeah, there were good points that you were making, but then you would also muddy the waters by saying if you use iPad, you're a fucking...
I didn't say that, and I don't...
You're a freak.
Dude.
If you use your iPad and use Final Cut or edit video or do anything... What did you say? If you are a serious content creator or you make anything for a living and you use that, you should get your brain scanned, is what you said.
No, I said if you... use the iPad, you should get a brain scan. And that was a joke, dude. It was a joke. Is comedy dead? Can we not make jokes anymore?
Is comedy dead?
Can we not make jokes anymore? Okay, I'm joking. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, okay, maybe you're right. So can I redo my iPad rant?
No.
I just think
this is already us redoing an entire episode.
Can we restart? I'm serious. Can we restart?
I'll fucking... You get back in here. You put the mic right by your mouth.
I want to restart.
Put the... Don't you throw a tantrum. Put it back. Put the mic by your mouth.
John, I realized why I'm having such a episode today, I think.
Why?
I think it's because I don't have any plans for New Year's. I think that's why I'm taking it out on you.
You're taking it out on me?
No, on the iPad. But I guess you buy side effects, so I'm sorry, baby.
Yeah. I'm really getting it.
Are you okay? Do you need to talk about it?
No. I don't talk about my problems.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
The genius way. And that segues into our next sponsor. I wish. That actually would have been a perfect segment.
It would have been, but it's not.
Better Fresh would have.
Yeah, here's our sponsor, Worse Help.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is pretty silly. I get why it exists.
The fact that they even, imagine being the guy that had to make this page.
Yeah, the product manager for the Apple Pencil USB-C.
Oh.
Yeah, there's 3 Apple Pencils.
How many do you think they've sold? If someone was like, oh, they sold 1,000 of these. I wouldn't be shocked.
Dude, you know what? Made sense. And I was just like...
wireless pairing and charging, the way it should be.
That's the 2nd gen. Yeah. So here's the thing. Somebody was like, I don't actually need anything but a really good stylus.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, I guess that kind of makes sense why it exists. There's probably a lot of people that when they buy an iPad, they're like, $130 to use my iPad. Ooh, that's a lot. And then Apple's like, oh, actually for $80, this just if you just want to take notes. And I was like,
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I'd rather they take something else away.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying, I'm sort of like, oh, I get the people. I understand the people that would buy this more than the people that are trying to work from a $1,600 iPad Pro, $1,500 iPad Pro.
Take USB-C away and just make the magnet also charge. And
yeah, but the camera is in the way. You see why the iPad's a mess, pal? I didn't even mention that the portrait camera is still on the iPad Pro in 2023. 2024, may I add.
They did do that.
See, don't you get angry when you look at the iPad because you're like, it could be so good.
No. We agree in that the iPad is a mess right now. We agree.
Okay.
I just don't agree with you going on about how it's useless and anyone that uses it is useless.
I didn't say that. So is that how it comes across? That I'm saying anyone that uses it is a bad, useless person?
Is that not what you said?
That's not how I feel at all.
Then why do you say things that you don't feel?
Because I didn't say you're useless if you use an iPad Pro. That's not what I said. That's not how I feel. I don't even think that for a second. If you use an Android, I don't think you're useless.
Okay, let's not push it.
What are you doing right now? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, if you're using an Android device,
Stop it! Stop it right now! Don't you do that! Don't you do that! Because all the people clicked off for me, and they're not going to hear that malarkey from you.
It's fine.
No, I don't.
I'm just joking.
Okay. Let me rescind what I said about the iPad. Let me. You can't see that's the card that I pull. That doesn't work for the Casetify situation. Nice try, pal. Listen. Dude. The point that I was trying to make that I guess I inaccurately made, or didn't make at all. So I'm sorry. because I am really bad with my words sometimes. Wait, don't we know this? That I'm like, I guess I just don't know how to say it. I get so wound up that I guess I leave out key contacts. I don't think you're silly.
But that's another thing is like
use...
you have been ruminating on this for a long, like you're making a video specifically about that. How do you not come here with the key points you want to make? How did you get worked up over a thing that you have all the data for and have been staring at for so long and still come in here that hot?
Because the data is so frustrating. Because I just got to the end of the video, which is like, this is all a mess now.
We agree.
No,
it is a mess now.
I don't think that you're silly if you use an iPad Pro. I'm saying the fact that Apple is marketing this as a computer replacement and thinks that and is tricking people into thinking that this could really truly replace their entire computer and it would be good.
Do you know how we could fix all of this
I'm mad at
right
Apple.
now?
I'm mad at the iPad. I'm not mad at the people using it.
We could fix all of this right now, okay?
Okay.
Restarting. The iPad being a mess, the iPad being a total disaster mess of a product line can all be fixed if we stop selling every iPad other than the iPad mini. Then it does everything that it just does what the iPad was promised to do, nothing more, nothing less. You want an iPad? Perfect. Here's this product that is just an iPad. Don't get too frisky with it. It's just an iPad. And then it's not confusing. It's not too much. We're not trying to attach things to stuff. It's just beautiful and amazing. If they would fix the display, that would be even better.
You know what?
I would love that.
I have to say this. I'm and I've said this in a couple episodes. I'm really coming around on the iPad mini, and I'm not even kidding.
I have never waited so long for this type of gratification. It took what, 2 years, almost 3 years to like get you to come around.
2021, yeah. 2 years.
Worth it.
But I think that's only come through realizing. But yeah, I just want to be clear. We should tack this on. You should do like an editor's note when I'm going off and cut and be like, just for the viewer, later in this episode, he will rescind most of these statements. And that'd be funny.
No, they got to make it. If you make it, you get rewarded.
Because now I feel bad. No, I don't have a thumbs up. I have a thumbs down. Because here's the thing. Now I feel bad that you're telling me that people are going to think that I'm like shitting on them, and that's not what that's not what I actually mean.
You're shitting on me, and I'm not taking it too seriously.
I've been shitting on you.
It just hurts a little bit.
Shitting on you? No.
Yeah, since you fucking walked in here, you've been you have acted like I stole your girl. Like I don't even know what I did to you today. I don't feel that way. I just got on here with you, and you were in a piss pot mood.
That's because I knew it was coming.
You know I didn't make the iPad.
But I wasn't saying John. I was yelling at Apple. Because I want it to be better. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for shitting on you this entire episode.
Say sorry. Say sorry.
I said
Steve.
Sorry.
He never wanted this for the iPad. He knew what he was doing.
You're right. Steve never wanted to release an iPad mini. You're right.
Nah. He never
that is a fact.
He never wanted to do this to the iPad. The iPad mini is the only iPad that's still true to his vision for iPad, unfortunately.
Do you see this? Do you know who else agrees? Renee Ritchie, the #1 tech YouTuber of all time. Wait, why is this an article? What?
SEO, maybe? I don't know.
That. Yeah, he did work in that. He's probably really good at it, which is why he's at YouTube now. Yeah, Renee Ritchie, this is a known fact. Steve Jobs didn't want an iPad mini.
Well, what Steve didn't know is now the iPad is fucking 15 goddamn inches. So there's a market for iPad mini now. Sorry, don't know what to tell you,
Okay,
Steve.
let me poise this. Let me try to save myself and dig myself out one more time. Would Steve Jobs have said anything different that I said in this video about the iPad?
Yeah.
Like what?
What do you mean?
I think Steve would feel the same way about the iPad line if he saw it today. And he'd be
that it's a mess?
Off. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 iPads in different sizes is 1 iPad too many for him. This is the same man that you had to use your phone and you had to be able to reach up with one thumb and touch the top corner of the display, the opposite corner. They couldn't be any bigger.
That's kind of genius. Like that's kind of right though.
But that's not what consumers wanted. Clearly. Okay, Steve, with as stubborn as he was with this, that's in your head and on paper, that sounds like an incredible, stick to your guns, Steve. But Tim came in, and the first thing Tim did was listen to consumers outside of this sphere. He was listening and taking surveys of customers in China and stuff. And
Wait, really?
that, and also, because supply chain stuff is in China, and also the market was going larger. Samsung was doing, everyone was going larger, and the iPhone was this little tiny thing. You know what they do? The first iPhone that Steve had nothing to do with, because he tinkered, he was still like part of the iPhone 5 project. The first iPhone without Steve was the iPhone 6. I don't know if you realize, the iPhone 6 came out at the same event the iPhone 6 Plus came out.
I do.
So not only did they make the phone way bigger than it's ever been before, they offered an even bigger one. That is the best-selling phone to this day ever. The best-selling smartphone. Sorry. They're still like the weird Nokias from the early 2000s that are still the top-selling phone. The iPhone 6, to this day, is the top-selling smartphone that is ever launched.
Whoa. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait, why did I not know that?
It's insane, dude. It's
Dude, what?
bonkers. First thing that Tim does...
mil?
The first thing Tim does is make the iPhone bigger and offer 2 sizes so that it fits in more people's lifestyles. Boom. Best-selling phone that has ever existed.
Dude, if
Instantly.
you do 224 million times $199, let's just say that's what I was making. That's $44 billion.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
In dollars,
so
it could be good, but to
as
good
much
use
as we-
fixing the iPad.
As much as we glorify Steve, he was clearly wrong. Instantly. Instantly he was wrong. And I think the iPad, like, there's a certain threshold where offering multiple iPads for different types of people is a good idea. But now,
Yes.
how many iPads is there? I mean, you would know.
Yeah, there's the iPad mini, the regular iPad, $329, the iPad 10, the iPad Air, the iPad Pro 11-inch, and the iPad Pro 12.9-inch.
So there's
That's
5
six.
iPads?
No, there's 6.
6
There's
iPads.
iPad mini, 2 lower end, iPad Air, 2
Oh,
higher
I forgot
end.
there's 2 lower
And
end.
they're about to release the 13-inch or 12.9-inch iPad Air next year.
Yeah,
So
that's
there's going to be 7.
like, okay, what's the answer there? Okay, let's dissect this. Tim, he's like, wow, Sam made a lot of sense on that podcast. We should just give him the product line.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now
I'm
you're
sure
the boss
Tim
of the
would
product
agree.
line. What are we doing?
Oh, easy. For sure.
Go
I can
ahead.
tell you right now. Here's what we're going to do. Software, we're
No.
taking
Physical
3
products.
years.
How many iPads
Oh,
are we
physical
doing?
products. Oh, 100%. There's a cheap iPad. There's a mid-tier iPad. There's an expensive iPad. That's what we
Okay.
do. It's the iPhone model.
How many
Works
sizes
great.
of each? Or just one size of each?
The cheapest iPad is the iPad mini.
Okay. Works for
$400
me.
bucks. No, $350. $350 for the iPad mini.
Okay.
No. Hear me out. $350
Okay.
for the iPad mini. No, that's
Okay.
actually, they could definitely sell it for that, by the way, with an LCD screen. There's no way. 100%.
Okay.
Next up, $499, iPad. We'll call it iPad Air. Let's call it iPad Air at $499.
Okay.
That is your 10.9-inch, 11-inch, cool iPad, 60 hertz display. Then we've got iPad Pro. iPad Pro, 13-inch screen, absolutely nuts, crazy tablet. That's 3 iPads.
Okay.
Now, there's a part of me in saying that. I kind of do think there should be an 11-inch iPad Air, iPad Pro too, I mean. I would kind of like that. At the same time, now I'm starting to get Apple's strategy. And have you ever been to a doctor's office?
Yeah.
You know what blew my fucking brain the other day?
What blew your brain?
They had 3 120 hertz ProMotion 12.9-inch iPad Pros at check-in.
Okay. That's unnecessary.
Right?
Yeah.
But the bigger screen was actually a really good experience for inputting patient info and getting checked in.
So the larger iPad Air is going to be great then.
I actually think that larger iPad Air is going to sell very well because everybody in business that just wants that plain tablet that's big,
Yeah.
I kind of think it's a really good idea.
I would agree.
And especially when it's going to be sold for $699. That's a really good value prop.
Yeah.
12.9-inch iPad for $699. Woo!
Whew, sheesh.
So it's like I understand the predicament that Apple's in.
They're just
For me-
they're just giving
Everyone what they
Is it
want.
our fault? Is it because we know everything about all of them, whereas the normal person's just like, I want an iPad, and they happen to be able to easily find an iPad that perfectly fits in their life? Are we making it complicated, or is it complicated? Because I feel like it's actually complicated.
No. Imagine walking into an Apple store, and you're like, hi, I want to buy the iPad.
Yeah.
And they go, here's your 6 different options. You're like, what the fuck? There's more than one?
But like some of those are easy. Like it's easy to decide iPad mini's not for me because I want a bigger one. Okay, boom, that's gone. So if it's easy to decide against or for, we keep it. Okay, iPad mini's staying.
Okay.
What's another what iPads are hard? Like would you have to sit down and like watch YouTube videos
Here it
or
is.
like ask
the small
somebody?
We're Xing the small iPad Air. 10.9-inch iPad Air done. Terrible value prop for $600. Very average at everything it does. Get a Pro.
But what other?
You've got the regular iPad. So yeah, you don't want. We agree. You don't want iPad Mini, so you go up. You get that's the iPad 10. iPad 10 is $499. Actually, it's cheaper than that. So it's
okay.
$449.
Let's make a really tough decision because to proceed from here, we have to make a real bad, no good, terrible decision.
Okay.
I don't like. Like, okay, I get back in the day how this made sense, iPad and iPad Air. That's fucking stupid now. Let's get rid of one. It's no fun to make this decision, but I feel like that's a major speed bump there. Why do we have both of those things?
Will they offer the iPad Air for $499? Or will it stay at $599?
Well, prices will be adjusted if we get rid of one of these things. Like they can charge up for iPad Air because iPad, the regular iPad exists. We're getting rid of one of these.
Even with the laminated display, I still think the iPad 10 is like a pretty good tablet if you're just going to be like watching videos.
So just for iPad, like for students. So do we get rid of iPad Air?
Or base. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is good. This feels good. iPad Air fucking dead. Yes. And also, that's stupid. iPad, the fact that the Air line is still around, we're past that. Everything is so thin and so light, and fucking who cares? Okay, iPad Air's dead. Gone. Fuck the sizes for iPad Air, because iPad Air as a whole is now gone. We have iPad Mini. We have iPad. And we have iPad Pro. That is a much simpler, better lineup already. See, Apple? We're doing the work for you. We're making the hard choices.
All right, I'm going to do something that you're not going to like.
We're not getting rid
everything
of
we just did. iPad Mini's gone.
No, don't fucking. Why? We were getting along just fine, and then you got to go from
John,
basically my son.
John,
what?
The iPhone is going to be 6.9 inches large. In 2024.
No, that's not the same.
The iPad
thing.
Mini is 7.
That's not the same thing.
7.9.
Not the same thing at all.
It's getting so close that you could just get.
But I don't want to. That is
iPad.
A burden. A phone that large is a burden. I want to carry around a phone. I want and also have my iPad Mini. I will never get an iPhone that's. What did you say?
It's gonna be 6.9 inches big.
That's fucking.
Isn't that massive?
That's goofy. That. I almost said a word that's not politically correct. That's how terribly I feel about this. That's goofy and stupid. I'm sorry. That's too big.
And John,
that's too big for even you.
I'm going to show you something that's going to make you sad. Based off of these numbers, which model needs to go?
I don't want to talk about it.
Let me read these numbers on screen. This is according to the Consumer Intelligence Research Partners, LLC. Kind of sounds like something Ross Young would be a part of. Okay.
Why don't people...
So here's the fascinating thing. 51% of all iPads sold in 2023 were the most expensive models. All right, that tells me that the people that like iPads really like their iPad and they're willing to spend money. That's really interesting to me. Where it starts to fall off, the other 50% is split between the iPad Air, the 10.2-inch iPad, and the iPad Mini.
No, that tells us we were right in our initial thing. Get rid of one of those.
Exactly.
You get rid of the ones that are close, not far apart.
No. Hear me out. You get rid of an iPad Mini.
Mm-mm. No.
And you actually... Hear me out. I figured it out. Holy shit, I figured it out.
Do you have to change your video now?
No. iPad mini's done. I'm sorry.
Stop.
There's no longer an iPad
How do
mini
I hang
sold.
him up? How do I get rid of him?
You can't do that. You want me to unplug my Ethernet for you, Daddy? Okay. Also, do you appreciate that I'm on Ethernet? I specifically found an adapter to be on Ethernet so like the connection would be better for
It's
this.
very good, yeah.
It actually is really good. Okay. iPad mini's gone. The base iPad is the 10.2-inch iPad.
Okay.
The next iPad is the 12.9-inch iPad Air. Then you've got the 2 iPad Pros. So there's 4 iPads for sale.
No. No. You get rid of the ones that are close. The ones that like you where the people could go either way. That's where the product line that product is questionable, and I think you should nix it. The iPad mini. What is wrong with what's wrong with fucking people? Okay, you guys killed the iPhone mini, and you're not happy enough with that you already destroyed that for people. Now you're coming for iPad mini, and I just want to know who hurt you as a person. Like, have you ever held one? Have you ever used it? Have you ever cuddled with it? Have you ever fallen asleep with an iPad mini? Because if you'd had even once, these numbers wouldn't look like this. You monsters. And also, we can just acknowledge it's going up. June 2022, 9% for iPad mini. June 2023, 16%. That's growth. You don't get rid of something that's growing. You know what went down? iPad Air 10.9-inch, June 2022. 24%, down to 19% in June 2023. You know what else went down? iPad 10.2-inch, 16%, 2022. This year, 15%. Your numbers are fucked, Sam. There's only one of those that's going up, and it's the iPad mini. Oh, look what else went down. The only other one that went up was iPad Pro 11-inch. iPad Pro 12.9-inch, 35% a year ago. This year, 25%. The 10% loss.
Is the answer to get rid of the... Wait. Is the answer to get rid of the 12.9-inch iPads altogether? Just go return to the roots? Wait. Is the answer just iPad mini and 11-inch iPad?
No. We worked this out together. We had it. Why you had to change it? iPad mini, iPad Pro. That's it. Get rid of iPad Air. It's goofy. We have iPad mini at one size because it's mini and perfect. And the sales are going up because it's perfect. And people just needed time to realize it was perfect. That's all that happened there.
For $400 less, you could get a 12.9-inch iPad Air.
No, listen to me. Prices are irrelevant. Because when we step in and we change this product lineup, then we have to change the prices afterwards. That's a whole separate discussion. So we can't include their current prices because we're getting rid of one of these. We're getting rid of iPad Air.
This kind of feels like therapy. Like I had an outburst earlier, and now we're actually like working through it.
Yeah. See, this is it. Once we calm down and we just look at the data, we can fix it. Don't worry, Apple. We'll fix this for you. You obviously don't have anyone that's prepared and experienced enough to do this. So we're here to save the day.
We're here.
We're getting rid of iPad Air. It's useless.
It's okay. But you see how there's still 19% of people. That's 1 out of every 5 iPad buyers is still buying an Air.
Because
I would say
it
that's
exists. They're still torn between iPad.
So
and
what
iPad
do they buy
Air.
now? What is that iPad? What do 20% of people buy now? The smaller 10.2-inch iPad?
Now those 20% are going to go either way, up or down. They're going to go iPad Pro or iPad. That's their new choice now.
Yeah, but honestly, I've kind of sold myself on this idea of the 12.9-inch iPad Air. It kind of sounds sick.
That's fine. No, the sizes of the things are coming after we nix a product line. We're getting rid of iPad Air.
Yeah, but iPad Pro is gonna be over $1,000 for a 12.9-inch.
Okay, all right.
So that's messed up.
So would you rather have iPad in multiple sizes? Because that's what I'm proposing. I'm saying we have iPad mini at one size. We get rid of iPad Air. The standard iPad comes in the 10, let's call it 10-inch, and
11.5-inch.
Okay, sure, fine. Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, now All we have to worry about is iPad Pro. What sizes are we going with iPad Pro? Do we even need an 11-inch iPad Pro? Or do we go?
Yeah, because it sells. I mean, it's selling. It's 21.
That also
2.5 out of every.
That is the only, other than the iPad Mini,
10.
that's the only one that went up.
I mean, I get how this is hard.
But it's only hard because
Apple.
they made it hard.
I mean, yeah, I was blaming you. I was getting confused because I thought you were referring to like the iPad Air would be like 2. Yeah, I was getting a little confused because I'm like, oh, iPad Air would be 2 sizes, so why would we get rid of iPad Air? But
no,
you're
we
saying
can decide.
iPad.
We're the boss now. We decide the sizes for
Yeah.
everything, the prices for everything.
Okay. Well then, yeah, let's get. Okay, fine. Then it's 2 sizes of iPad. But see,
Here's my question.
that goes back to 2 sizes low end iPad, 2 sizes high end iPad. What model does Apple currently use that on? The iPhone.
But
What is there not a mini version of? The iPhone.
Why can't
Wait, I just figured it out.
This is the second time you said exactly this in like the last 5 minutes.
iPad, iPad Pro, iPad SE.
No, wait. No, no. What? Nah, dog.
The iPad mini is the cheapest, lowest end iPad.
No.
The regular iPad models start at $499 and go up.
That naming doesn't sit well with me.
That's what Apple does for the iPhone.
But no, it has been it's not just a smaller phone. It's a completely different. I mean, until we
It's
see
a
the new
lower end
one.
product.
But like fully lower end. Bezels
Yeah, the
and all.
iPad mini is a full.
If the iPad, if remember the old iPad Air from just a few years ago with the bezel still there?
Mm-hmm.
If we were calling that the SE, all right. If that was the iPad mini, sure. But the iPad mini is full display. It's not an SE product. And it's also not priced that way. It's priced kind of ridiculous.
So the base iPad should be the iPad SE then. For $329.
I'm not saying have an iPad SE. I'm saying iPad mini, iPad Pro.
But here's where we're
That's
getting
it.
into trouble. What does the cheapest iPad cost out of this lineup? Because right now it's $329. And there's a lot of kids with iPads. There's a lot of iPad kids because
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. These products are no longer the same. You're going to have to adjust. I think iPad Mini's the lowest price. I'm saying give a little bit.
But you're asking for a higher quality than the base
Listen.
iPad, so it doesn't work.
Listen to me. I'm not. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Stop looking at how they are now. We're making adjustments. iPad Air is gone. So now what we're going to do is iPad Mini is the lowest price. We're going to give iPad a little bit more technologically. We're going to try a little bit, just a titch harder, and it's going to be a titch more expensive.
No, but that's not going to work because Apple's...
Why?
See,
Everything
okay,
that you give the iPad Air,
I just realized.
give it in the regular iPad.
Here's
do
the
that.
problem with this chart. It doesn't show the cheap iPad. Where's the current iPad 329 on here? It's not on here.
But that's not in our world, though. That's just.
But I bet that
a
sells
not
like crazy.
discontinued product is all.
But I bet that sells really well.
But but because they've stopped manufacturing that, it doesn't matter how well it sells. It's going to sell until it's gone, and then it's gone. It's
John,
out of our.
you're
It's in our rearview mirror. We're gone.
So
We passed that.
I
We
need
drove
you to
past.
tell me, what does the iPad mini start at now?
Okay,
And this is where I think you're going to get into trouble.
I'm not going to get in trouble. Watch this. iPad Mini is $400. Okay. You're asking me to just let me tell you, and then you can whatever. iPad Mini is $400. That's what it is in my world. iPad now starts at $600.
You're crazy.
Will you listen to me? Like, just listen. Okay, you want to get cute with it? Sure. The iPad Mini is $400 and the iPad is $500. Sure. If that's how you're just paying for the extra size, sure. iPad Pro, we're gonna start at $799. This is what we're gonna have to do, Apple. I'm the boss now. I'm the captain. I literally didn't do that. Okay, thank you, FaceTime. And for the iPad Pro 12.9 inch, that can be our $1,000 big boy. Oh wow. Okay. That can be your $1,000 big boy. There is everything that you're used to getting with iPad Air. I'm arguing we now get with regular iPad. Nick's iPad Air, or just half of it. What I'm saying is the iPad is not going to be. We're not looking at that as the weak product here. It's no longer that. It's just another iPad that just doesn't do as much as iPad Pro.
Here's the thing, John, and I appreciate you trying to work your way through that. It was very fun to watch.
Okay.
John, there's one iPad that just doesn't belong. I know people love it. I know that there's people that love their iPad mini. Listen, I have started to enjoy my iPad mini too. The iPad mini is a weak offering. And if you want an iPad mini, buy an old used one. Buy an old refurbished one. This should be the iPad lineup. For $329, we have the iPad SE. That is the current one that they sell, but with a new chip in it. Starting at $449, where the current iPad is, we have iPad. Then at $549, we have 12.9-inch iPad.
I'm
at
confused
$799,
already.
It's 5 models instead of 6.
But that's still too much.
Just like the iPhone. So it's consistent.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference, I think. Everyone needs an iPhone. Well, not an iPhone, but a smartphone. Like that is, everyone has a smartphone.
Yes.
The iPad is now a completely different, this is a different set of people. So instead of deciding against what size and product and all this of a product that you need in your life, now you're going to iPad, and I just feel like the product lineup shouldn't match the way we're selling smartphones. Like, why don't we have a standard MacBook?
We did.
I know we did. Why don't we?
Because we have the MacBook SE, which is the $999 MacBook Air. Just like the sheet. Exactly, John. You realize they would lose so many sales to dumbass Amazon and Samsung tablets if they raised the price from $329 cheapest possible new iPad to $399 or $449 or $499 like you initially suggested. But that's not going to sell well because it's the same size as John. This is what you're getting caught up on, and you're very emotional about. And
I'm not emotional.
You said you wanted to cuddle with an iPad. That sounds a little emotional to me.
I said if you haven't cuddled with an iPad, you don't know what you're saying.
Well,
that's all.
That was crazy when you did that. Does mine do that? Whoa! Oh, look at that pretty blur. Ooh, pretty. John.
Sam.
Okay. So hold on. Are you talking about the best iPad lineup for you or Apple as a company to sell? Because I think we might be talking about two different things.
Okay. First of all, Apple as a company to sell apparently is the current lineup. They are experts. They know more than we do. I'm saying from a not confusing, make it less confusing for the consumer walking into the Apple store, like you said, iPad mini, iPad Pro. Okay. For audio listeners, he just smiled and shook his head.
But listen, and please back me up in the comments down below. I know the iPad mini is cool. It's a fun product that fills a certain niche. Have iPhone sales gone down when the iPhone mini got removed?
What I'm arguing here is that we're getting rid of one, and getting rid of the iPad mini doesn't make it any more or any less confusing. The iPad being smaller is not confusing. That is a clear strategy. Even if it's not, like we showed, sales are going up for that, by the way. What I'm saying is if we're trying to get it less confusing, okay, it is not hard to walk into the store and go, oh yeah, I would love an iPad at that size. Or no, I would hate an iPad at that size. That's why it stays, because it's easy to differentiate from the lineup. Where we get confusing is what's iPad Air, how many sizes before we get to the Pro, and then how do we price this before we get to the Pro? The iPad mini is the least confusing part of the whole equation.
But it's not, okay. It shouldn't even be a thing though, because it just doesn't make sense in the lineup.
When you say stuff like that, that is meant to hurt me. It shouldn't even be a thing.
No, it's not, John. It is confusing that there's even I understand it's like, oh, it could be offered for fun. But if we're talking about simplifying the lineup, I want you to show the graph I'm showing. And it perfectly lines up with what Steve Jobs, why he didn't want an iPad mini in the first place. Because, John, an iPad mini does not fit in to the Consumer Pro 2x2 graph.
By the way, for audio listeners, he's showing a graph from like 20 years ago. Showing portable iBooks and PowerBook G3s in the Pro category, iBook in the Consumer, iMac in Consumer, and Power Macintosh G3 in the Pro. This is what he's using for his 2023 argument currently.
You are a silly little man sometimes, and it is because of you are. I'm not gonna make that. Let's move on. John, my boy, my brother.
How did we agree?
By the way, I thought this was like an Apple year-end video. How did this turn into like we are fixing the iPad?
That's GeniusBar for you. We always go in with a plan and then leave with not that plan.
But John, it should be. I really think the iPhone strategy is working. Okay. And I just think that the iPad mini, I just think if there's one that I'm basically saying get rid of iPad and iPad mini and just have $329 iPad. That's not on the graph. That's not shown.
Okay.
That's the edition.
Sorry,
that's
I was going to mention
edition.
something in the graph, but
$329 iPad is the old design with the fastest chip Apple has, right?
Okay.
Cool. It's going to last forever. It's a great value. It's going to be great for watching movies and stuff. Then you've got 2 iPad Airs. Then you've got 2 iPad Pros.
Let me show you this graph. Pull up that, where is it? There. Okay. If we're going to go with the old Steve Jobs graph here. Again, the only thing that is clearly in consumer is iPad and iPad mini. The only thing that is clearly in the Pro category is iPad Pro. iPad Air is somewhere in that middle line where it kind of does a little bit of both on each side. So if you're really going to use this graph for your argument, still, the iPad Air must go. The only thing...
iPad mini would not be on this, dude.
Yes, it would. It would be in consumer. It would be in consumer. The iPad Air is the only one trying to do a little bit of both. It's the only one with also the full fucking Magic Keyboard and the Apple Pencil all-the-way support, the magnetic charging.
All that's going out the window.
That's what I'm saying.
With this new lineup.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the iPad Air must go. It's the only actual confusing part of the lineup. And in the other graph where it showed where people are split, where are they split? Between iPad Air and iPad.
I think you're getting hung up on me using the word Air. You could put iPad 15, iPad Plus, whatever you want to call it. That's the middle. There is low-end iPad, $329, mid-end iPad, $499, high-end iPad, $799.
Price them however you want.
No, but
the
John,
that's category is a list. Still,
if you are Apple, the price is the most important thing for people.
Okay.
You
what
are
I'm saying
optimally
is,
looking
Sam,
at this.
what I'm saying is decide.
But it is not realistic.
Samothy, what I'm saying is decide. You tell me the price after we decide the product lineup. Okay?
But you can't,
listen
that's
to
not
me.
how real life works.
I'm going to ask you a question before I kill myself. Okay? Here's my question.
I love you.
Okay.
I love you so much.
I'm the boss. You don't get to fucking decide. I'm going to give you a problem and you have to figure out how to fix it. Here's me as Tim Cook. This is not a negotiation.
Okay.
Sam, we have new products.
Yeah.
This is what you are given. iPad mini stays, iPad stays, iPad Pro stays. iPad Air is gone. I want you to leave with your team and go figure out how that works. What does that look like now? What would you price those things? No matter, even if you want iPad Air or like if you disagree with my lineup, this is what I'm giving you. What are you going to price those things now?
iPad mini is $249.
Okay. I'm not arguing. This is your job. Okay.
Yeah. iPad mini is $249. It's competing with. Okay, let me just show you something that I also learned making my video. Just to show you how cheap tablets have gotten. What? Why is it saying that I have to L-U-C? That's a slur or something. Do you know what happens if you just search tablet on Amazon?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Could you read the price for me of this 7-inch tablet with 10 hours of battery
life? It's $59.99. It's also absolutely fucking littered with ads. So that is a subsidized product. That's already out of the equation. We can't even consider a product subsidized like that.
Okay, I'll meet you in the middle. iPad mini starts at $299.
Okay. Tim Likey.
iPad starts at $399.
Tim Likey.
iPad Pro starts at $599.
Yikes. But okay, you're the boss of this.
iPad Pro Big starts at $799.
Okay.
Now, this is a lineup that I could actually be okay with.
Okay, but what my follow-up question is, because I have not given you limitations. All I did was get rid of iPad Air. You can still offer multiple sizes of regular iPad. Are you doing that or no?
No. You don't get to do that.
No,
that makes it more complicated.
No. It's not more complicated. It's literally not. Listen, hang on. Let me just say
sizes
something.
is one of like the biggest things. No,
sizes are not complicated, because it's like what do you personally want? You want big or small? iPad Mini stays one size. In my thoughts. Because, like, what is iPad Mini and iPad Mini Air? Like, the sizes there don't work. So it's like iPad Mini. iPad, there could be two sizes of that in my heart and in my head, just like there is for iPhone. There's two sizes. Sizes are easy to decide which one is too big or too small for you.
Okay.
And then iPad Pro, there's two sizes of that.
John,
but offering a larger iPad helps us jump that price gap between iPad and iPad Pro. Then we don't have to charge, what did you say, $600 for
John,
iPad
you realize,
Pro?
I have to say, you realize the only difference in what we're saying is that in my lineup, I have the iPad 329, like the current design one, and you have the iPad mini. That's the only difference is what we're saying. I think you still think I'm saying...
No, we're getting rid of iPad Air.
John... That was just I don't literally mean iPad Air.
I don't know how to
I mean like the middle tier product.
The size of iPad Air is not the problem. It's that it does a little bit of both. It's
John,
in that little graph you showed. It's in the
middle. We agree. The only difference in our lineup, dude. How have we been arguing about this? We both have two high-end iPad, two mid-end iPad, and one low-end iPad. You can call the middle one iPad Air. You can call the middle one iPad. You can call the iPad late for dinner.
I'm only giving you three models: iPad Mini, iPad, and iPad Pro.
Dude, we're saying, please go. Somebody in the comments realize that we've been saying the same thing for 30 damn minutes. It's just I don't have iPad Mini and he does. That's the only difference. I swap out iPad Mini for the iPad SE. Oh. That's the only difference.
They're different sizes.
I know, but one is cheap, fun.
I want to stick my fucking face in a blender.
I love you. I think we figured it out, and I think that you and I
really
would be different
like
CEOs
men that
of
have figured
Apple.
it out.
No, we don't.
Oh my goodness!
I'm somehow more confused
this is
about
like
the
my
iPad
personal
than ever.
favorite episode of Genius Bar, because
I
there's
hate
a point in here where I absolutely forgot we were recording anything for a purpose. I was just trying to fix the iPad lineup with my friend.
We're not even done with the ugly. We're literally only halfway done with the ugly section.
Oh, there's more. Okay, go ahead.
The Apple Card could be dying, which is really cringe.
Yeah. That is do be happening, yeah.
I mean, we don't know for sure. It's not, I mean, they're still kind of advertising it. It's just not sounding the greatest for the Apple Card.
I mean, either way, Goldman Sachs is outie.
Yeah. Do they list Goldman? I'm sure they regulatory have to. Yeah, Goldman. But yeah, I mean, it's really sad that this could be going away. I don't like.
You do not
do not like. And also, it's funny how they don't show the newest phone. This is like a 14 No, it's like a 13 Pro because it's reflective. That's weird. Why are they showing a 13 Pro as into his phone? They never do that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is kind of sad.
Have they not changed this page since it launched?
I don't really think so. Okay, last thing on my ugly.
Go ahead. Don't say iPad mini, please, God.
It's not no. The iPad mini is on the midsection. We've been over this. Why did Apple release and have the guts to put out a new M3 iMac and give us the same accessories?
That is, there's
Lightning.
no, I will not accept any excuse for that.
No, there is no excuse, because here's the thing, and this is, I think, really what I was building up to, which why I've been all pent up. Why the fuck did accessories for a Mac ever have an iPhone port on it?
He's really mad. He's very upset about this. He's yelling again.
John, explain to me why we ever put the only port exclusive for the iPhone or the iPad on a computer that never had a Lightning port.
Listen, man. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. The only argument there is like all of their accessories take Lightning, all of them, no matter what product it's for. Well, they did.
But that's silly. Why has there ever been? Why do we not have USB on Mac accessories?
I don't know, dog.
That's what I'm saying. It's silly, and it makes me mad and angry and sad. At the same time.
Here's the reason why
it never made sense.
Here's the reason they didn't update these accessories, because all the tooling is done for them. They probably have inventory sitting, just mountains of inventory.
It's not.
And so they
magic.
don't want to take a loss on this. But Apple, sir, madam, you should take a loss on this. If it is being accepted that you are making the transition to USB-C, you accepted that fact. You now must also accept the loss and ship these fucking accessories with USB-C. Everything the day the iPhone 15 dropped should have changed. The accessories for the Mac, the accessories for the iPhone. You fucking bunch of bitches, really. Not changing the accessories for the phone that you changed the port for. That is like... That's like up there with the plotting 9/11. You're fucking terrible people for that. Awful people. You should not be forgiven for this atrocity. You're no better than Osama bin Laden for doing that to us. The fact that my MagSafe battery pack has Lightning, the fact that MagSafe Duo has Lightning, no, you get that fucking thumb away. See, the fact that AirPods Max has Lightning, Osama bin Laden level atrocity.
So that wasn't as bad as anything I've said this episode.
That wasn't.
Or worse, I mean. I don't think you can say that. That should probably be cut out.
Why? You don't think they're evil for this? This will help us decide if we cut it out. Do you think 9/11 was an evil act? Yes or no? Just answer the question.
We're not talking about this on the show.
Do you think it was evil? Yes or no? This should be an easy answer. Yes, it was evil. Okay, now that we've established that, do you think Apple still shipping Lightning accessories after they put USB-C on their flagship device is also evil?
Do you think Apple putting a low-resolution, bad-quality display on the iPad mini is evil? Checkmate, liberal. Okay. So that's the end of my list. And I did also have the Mac Pro on my ugly, and I had iPadOS stuff again in my...
the only other thing I put on my badness is that we haven't mentioned is storage. The fact that storage is so fucked on every product.
Did you watch Luke Miani's video?
Oh, is that what... Yes, I watched his video about storage on the Mac, yes.
Yeah. And that's what I got you. Yeah, that video is doing really well. I'm really excited.
Yes, that is also evil.
To me,
also
it's
an
not
evil
like.
act.
Let's see, how much is it? Yeah, $1,000 is pretty bad. Yeah, you're right. But it's really fast. It's really fast.
But it's really fast.
It's really, really like speedy storage. Is this the end? Are we done? Can we retire?
Now I'm just upset.
Why are you upset? I feel better.
Because we just talked about all the terrible things they're doing, and there's a long list of terrible.
It's really overall it was a pretty good year for Apple. Let's call it what it is. It was a pretty good year. I mean, it's pretty slow. Pretty, Vision Pro is pretty sick. Vision Pro comes out.
But the level of atrocities committed this year are big.
There were a few atrocities.
The Mac Pro, no excuse. The accessories, no excuse. Storage, no excuse. Even the Apple Watch band, no excuse to let it get that far. We talked about this in yesterday's episode that we scrapped.
What are we doing with that?
I have no fucking idea. But now it's almost 7 p.m. and this has to go out like now before it's the end of the year.
It's Sunday, isn't it? What are you doing for your New Year's? What are your plans?
Editing.
Any big plans for you? Actually?
Yes.
Do you want to cuddle instead? Maybe? Possibly?
Can you get here fast enough?
I'll bring my fastest iPad mini.
This is fucking...
Okay. 1 out of 10. 1 being the lowest score, 10 being the highest score for Apple in 2023. What is your final score for Apple's year?
The past few years have been absolute fucking bangers. And I feel like this year slowed down a bit. I'm going to give them a 6.5.
Okay, I'd give them a 7.
Okay.
So we're pretty close.
Things like, it could have been a 7. Could have been an 8. But things like the fucking Mac Pro. Things like the accessories.
Things like
the confusing iPad lineup that Sam and I fixed and definitely didn't argue about. The Apple Watch band, also, what I was trying to say, no excuse for it to get to that level. There's so many avenues to avoid this. There's a settlement. There's buying Massimo. There's licensing this from Massimo, this tech from Massimo. But in that case, they're going to get a check from Apple every month for every Apple Watch sale. They're not going to do that. So settle or buy the company outright and make the name disappear, which you're not going to do because Massimo is pretty big in the health industry and does other stuff. So then you take on their responsibility there, or you nix all that stuff. Or you just prove that you didn't steal it, which it's looking like after poaching some employees from Massimo, that is almost impossible. That you didn't steal anything from Massimo and their patent. So to get to a point where they literally let this watch get banned is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's their job. Their legal team's only job is to prevent things like that from occurring. And they let it get that far. They called a bluff and they lost. They called Massimo's bluff, and then they called the ITC's bluff, and then they called Joe Biden's bluff. They thought he would just veto it away, and he fucking didn't. And they just left there sitting on their own hands. They even waited. They didn't appeal anything until Joe Biden actually was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not gonna veto that." And they were like, "Fuck!" And then they appealed it, and that's why there's a pause on the ban, and we can buy Apple Watches again. But they waited days. I'm done.
You got it all out, buddy?
They're freaks!
I think we should cut my iPad part and just skip to the...
We can't.
No, I think I was toxic and mean.
What do you mean?
You said I was telling people that they were bad and awful.
We always have an entertaining bit, and then you go... That was too entertaining.
No, because I'm just thinking back to the Casetify comments when I also thought I had that shit on lock, and it didn't end the best. I don't want to hurt people is the thread at the end of the day. It's not about, he wants to please everybody. No, I know that's impossible. I just don't want to hurt people.
Yeah, pleasing everybody is different from just not hurting people. Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like if you said I called him I didn't actually mean you're a freak.
It was just
like
we
a
just
joke.
jokes. Are you?
I know, but then you said I made you feel really bad, and I don't want to make you feel bad.
No, you made me feel bad because you came in here like I did
I'm
something
sorry.
to you. It had nothing to do with the iPad.
I'm sorry.
You were just
I didn't
in a
mean.
mood.
I didn't mean to make you. I'm sorry for making
The first
you feel
thing
bad.
the whole reason we did this was because you came up with an idea of the best and the worst, and so we each came in here with our own separate list. I give you within minutes my first thing on my list, and you laugh at me immediately. It's my fucking list. You came in here arguing with every point I had, and I don't know why, man. I don't know why.
Okay, but also would the show have been fun if I was just like, yeah, I agree. Personal voice is great. Yeah, I agree. The iPad mini is great.
Because then, when we really got down to the meat of it and started talking about I don't even know how long we talked about iPad.
How long have we been going, by the way?
Hour 48.
Woo.
Yeah.
Zooey mama.
Yes, Zooey mama. Could you imagine if we did this and I edited yesterday's and we tacked that on and it's like 4 hours?
Wait, why don't you? Why don't you just throw yesterday's on?
I guess I
there
could.
was that one part at the end. Don't forget.
That's what I mean. Like, how do we have it? Yeah, I guess we have enough time to throw it all together.
Well, that's actually up to you. You have to edit.
Or did we just upload both? Like, I don't know.
I feel bad that you're at New Year's at home by yourself.
Why?
Because.
How do you think my New Year's have gone every year? How do you think my fucking Christmas has gone every year?
No, you weren't alone on Christmas. I would have.
I know. I'm just saying, but like,
Oh,
yeah, that's an upgrade.
I think last year you were alone on Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. How do you think my life has gone since
That's really
14 years
sad.
old?
John.
I'm just asking.
I don't know.
Why is it sad? What do you want me to do? All that's happening.
Be my friend. Come move to LA like you
that
said
is-
you were, and then
all
now
that-
you're not moving to LA ever.
What do you mean?
You're not moving.
What do you?
I've seen
We're
it.
talking
I've
about
seen it.
fucking New Year's. You're upset that I'm alone on New Year's.
Want to continue to be my friend? You'll get on a plane right now and come visit me.
Could I even get a flight at 7 p.m.?
Yeah, I'm actually curious.
6:35
Like
p.m.?
if I want to go to flight to Las Vegas right now, because Noah, he said I could come hang out with him tonight if I wanted to.
Oh, that was cool.
Or it's a 4-hour drive.
Oh, yikes!
But I mean, 4 hours isn't horrible. Yeah. So if I want to go to LAX right now, what's the cheapest flight? I can get a nonstop for $41. Oh wait, that was not today.
Did you say $41?
Oh wait, it doesn't even let me select today's date.
Yeah, there's none. It's too late.
Wait, what if I just went one way? Oh, come on. Dude, I'm going to Vegas, bro.
Do we tack on yesterday's episode, dude?
I think so.
Okay,
I think so.
you can have it. The only problem
kinda like
is
boring.
in the last episode we didn't wrap up at all. You just stopped recording towards the end.
I think that's kind of a suiting way to end the new year.
Okay, so we'll attach it, but we're just warning you ahead of time. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to end. It just kind of does.
Hello, geniuses, and welcome back to the very special holiday episode. Regardless of what you're celebrating this year, we want you to know that we love Apple products.
Happy Apple products. Sam,
Happy Apple products, everybody.
Sam, you did not inform me that this was... I would have dressed up like Santa.
Oh, wait. Are you saying that we missed a week? Are you saying this isn't the Christmas episode? You slimy little cuck.
What week is it?
You told the people we would not miss an episode.
What is the date?
I text John on the holidays.
Time
no
flies
reply.
when you're
I
having
text
fun.
John after the holidays. No reply. So I just want everybody to know that it is not me that skipped a week. It is John Prosser.
That doesn't sound like me.
You know what I have to do with my hat now? That's what I have to do with my hat.
And also, who said that elves only work on Christmas?
I mean, that's true.
Just because you only
Elf?
see them on Christmas, how do you think all the presents get made in time?
It's true, man. Hey, guys, welcome
an
back.
elf's work is never finished. I'm glad I don't know about you, but I didn't miss a week.
Really? What were you up to then, bud?
I did the show.
Really? With who?
Yeah. I
That's
did the
news to me.
show. I did the show. This is what happened, viewers. Do you want an honest answer? This is what happened. Sam, I wasn't going to throw you under the bus. But I also didn't know that you were going to open up this episode throwing me under the bus. So now I must do what I must do. I'm sorry to you. I know we're friends, but they must know. I recorded the episode. Sam said, fuck your episode. I don't want to do this. And so I had to do it by myself. So I sat down. This is what it looked like. I sat down by myself.
Thank you for helping me pick shows.
Yeah, there was no Sam, so it was just me. I sat down by myself, and I poured my heart out. I gave you an episode that was an hour and 3 minutes long, exactly, I remember. And then I decided if I put this episode out, then people will know the truth, that Sam abandoned you in your time of need, just like my dad did on every Christmas. And I know what that felt like to know that my dad abandoned me, and I didn't want the viewers to be given that same feeling. So instead, I just didn't release it. You're welcome, Sam.
Yeah, that's going to be a no from me, Chief. So while we've been gone, dude, I feel like...
You mean while you've been gone? I was here recording an episode
Okay,
for you and
well,
everything.
While I've been gone, I feel like... by the way, everybody was wondering what my set was going to look like when I moved. It's like I did a big move to Los Angeles. Yeah. Guys, this is the official new set of Apple Track.
Bro, is there a pizza box on your bed?
No, it's not a pizza box.
Are you sure?
No.
we were just talking about some really good Chicago pizza.
Listen,
that sounds like they're oh my God. Right now, as I speak into your earballs, listeners, there is nothing in the world that sounds quite as good as Chicago pizza right now. Like nothing would be better than that.
Stop it. Listen, anyway, people were like, yeah, so I just want to tamper your expectations, guys. I moved across the country. I did downsize a bit. So this is going to be...
And the best part is he's been sending me screen tests of this set, like privately, being like, look how it's coming along. And this is after he's been critiqued and had feedback. Like this is what you get.
I mean, I think the blur looks nice.
It
I
does.
also like
good bokeh.
The faux curtain that I've got because I couldn't afford the blackout. I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I think people are really gonna like my.
What do you
final
mean
set.
faux curtain? What is that actually then?
Oh, it's a black. So the current blinds in my room don't have blackout, so I just wake up really early every day. So I have to hang IKEA blackout curtains that are attached to them with clamps.
Oh. Yeah.
It's been hard economic times. I haven't uploaded on YouTube in about two weeks now.
It's fine because you're raking it in on TikTok. You're a TikToker now. If everyone's like, where did Sam go? Did he abandon us? Look at what he did. He clearly doesn't care about his set. He clearly doesn't care about coming back to YouTube. He's just doing TikTok now.
So yeah, guys, look out for the first new video from this set on January 2nd is when my first video.
January 2nd. And I think my first video, I don't think there's another one dropping until January 3rd. We should come back together on the same day.
No, but you're going to kill me with views, so I don't want to risk that.
No, I know what video you're working on, and I don't think so.
But in this set, I might. I mean, it's pretty compelling set. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty good.
I know what you're doing. I see it. Like I know you, and I see right through your game. You're just trying to look relatable.
Yes, I am.
You have designed this to become one of the people, a man of the people, the voice of the people, and so you must look like the people.
Yes. I mean, I look like a little elf right now.
I love it.
Okay, there's been a lot of Apple news.
Which I did not know of. I don't know of any news. Like my head, first of all, yes, I've been busy. But second of all, my head has been so far up Tim Cook's asshole working on this project that I have not seen anything else. I don't know what is going on.
It's insane. He has been working nonstop on his documentary about Tim Cook, and it is really, really, really good. I'm very excited.
You have seen bits. I
have seen bits, and it is his best video ever by probably 100x.
That's
because I think you've probably worked on it 100x of anything else.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Okay, what is the first Apple news that I should know about?
The first Apple news of the day: the Apple Watch is banned, John.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
share
The
my
Apple Watch
screen
is
so we can all
banned.
follow along. Dude,
The Apple
okay,
Watch is banned, never to be seen again.
Can we
you got
just take a
community
second?
noted? Oh my god.
Oh, yay.
Bro, I'm
half
not
the
gonna
time
lie.
It's not even
Community
real.
Community notes are kind of weak. They
Yeah,
got
no, they're just.
they pretty much an L take on my tweet, and also I think this is an L community note on your tweet.
Dude, but like it's not even accurate. They are
That's what
banned.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like they are just. It's like they just want to be important, so they just say nonsense, and they don't actually know. Like you're just.
No, it's so stupid. It's just little Elon bros. Whoever's writing, halted. Like all these people, it's just like no sales will be. What is the difference, bro? I didn't say it was banned forever. I said it was going to be banned.
This is what's actually true. There is an import ban, a sales ban.
Yeah.
Sales are being halted, yes, but why are they being halted? Because
God, we're being so demeaning. These people are just trying to leave notes and have fun, but yeah, they're annoying. So I don't even pay attention to it.
They are little gremlins. They're little pointless. Go do something else with your life. Anything else is more.
Go buy an Apple
those
Watch,
little cups
maybe.
of mac and cheese that you can buy, the little cups where you just pour and then you put it in the. Making one of those would be more meaningful than posting that community note. Just go fucking do that, bro.
I agree. So this, I mean, dude, joking aside, this story is actually insane to me that it's gotten to this point. That Apple allegedly infringed on this patent from this company called Massimo that they stole employees from, that they stole allegedly information from. And it's just like this constant back and forth right now. Like it gets banned for a couple days, then a different U.S. regulatory agency comes in and they're like, well, actually, we don't think it. Sorry. But like, so yeah, they fully became unavailable from Apple.com days before Christmas, as you can see. Like, I don't know. It was just wild to go on Apple.com.
That was my favorite thing too. Like when I posted a video about it, a lot of the comments are like, oh, John, you can't see this. This is just a business move. This is just marketing. Like, are you how many drugs? Like, what are you people doing to where are you just always listening to Andrew Tate and Alex Jones and like Paul Joseph Watson? Like, is everything that happens you got to second guess it and be, oh, this must be there's something deeper going on.
Sometimes
Apple
it is just that simple.
Would love nothing more than to have to stop selling some of their flagship products right before Christmas. Yep, just a marketing move. You caught them.
Yeah, that would be a weak marketing strategy.
Like, do you know just the fraction of people that even know that this happened? Only you, only us know that this is going on. Regular people will have no fucking idea, and they're gonna walk in on the 24th and be like, "Oh, I need our emergency Christmas present," and they can't fucking do it because they're banned. Idiots! I need a drink. I need a hard alcoholic drink.
You've been going really hard on these poor innocent people that are, John Prosser stands. I personally love them myself. Like you said, I'm a man of the people.
Look at him.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. Come on. Anyway, so then the watch gets unbanned because, like, what? The U.S. Court of Appeals, these people were like, Jarrett, I feel like he shouldn't be able to make decisions. Anyway, Jarrett is like, oh, actually, we're going to give Apple a stay versus the International Trade Commission. So Apple can actually continue to sell it until January 10th, in which either the software update that Apple submitted will need to be approved for these to be unbanned, like permanently, and just be normal watch sales again, or they'll be rebanned once again. And I just feel like, so apparently, according to Bloomberg and Mark Gurman, Apple and Massimo haven't even talked.
Ever?
Which I find very weird. Because if Apple did infringe on a patent, right? Okay, let's say for the sake of this conversation, they didn't. Even if they didn't, why would Apple risk losing millions of dollars of sales on a product? Like, why wouldn't you just settle? I feel like settling would be a quicker way to make more money
yeah.
long term than to stop sales. Like that just seems really risky, really confusing, and also like wasting a ton of employee time at stores, taking them off of shelves.
Well, because settling is an admission.
Not necessarily.
That's what I mean. Like that's kind of what it looks like. Like there'd be no reason to settle if it was yours.
Yes, I agree. It's just that people settle all the time for different reasons. Now, in this case,
I'm saying
yes, I would agree.
I'm telling you that is the correct approach. I think that's why they're hesitating. If anything, like it really doesn't make sense because there's multiple avenues out of this. Like they could settle. They could also just offer Massimo a fuckload of money and buy them and make their name go away from the history books. They would never existed, and then it's theirs. The Massimo CEO has been all over like news and like talking about. He's been actually like when I was making the video and I was trying to look into Massimo, they have steady been doing this like for a couple of years, going on news and like talking about how Apple stole this from them, and then like it's been under the radar for a long time, and this really kind of exposed it all. But I highly doubt that Apple will settle or like, because technically they could just license it from Massimo, but then Massimo is going to get checks every month, and they don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
Unless there is a case to be had and to be said that they didn't steal this somehow, like which I just didn't they poach a person from Massimo?
Yeah, they hired a ton of people from Massimo over the years.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but hold on,
where there's smoke,
is that illegal? To hire people from another company? I feel like
you can't say it like. I mean, there's like contract tampering and stuff like that, and like poaching is not great, but it could also be just like a person. A person just innocently quit their job at Massimo and now goes to work at Apple. Like they're allowed to work at Apple. There's loopholes here.
But here's the thing, like I don't know. Apple, I mean, they basically tripled the salaries of the people that they poached, which is kind of hilarious. But also, like, I wouldn't have a blood oxygen sensor on my wrist if it wasn't for Apple.
Yes. This is true.
That's all I'm saying. Also, people like to paint Massimo as a small company. Apparently, Massimo is not a small company, as many people on TikTok pointed out. They're, like, huge in the healthcare industry.
Oh, yeah. They're not, they're just unheard of in the consumer market because consumer market.
Yes. So I feel like people are just kind of like, it's the underdog story. And it's like, I don't know. Obviously, if Apple stole it.
I mean, everyone is an underdog compared to Apple. That's not fair.
That's true. But yeah, obviously, if Apple stole it, like they need to pay up, and that's not right. I'm not encouraging that.
Okay, what would you, like, what is your, I'm not saying what's the most likely scenario. I'm saying... from Timothy Kohl, what is the best outcome that you see that you would want?
Talk to Massimo in some way. Like it just seems weird that they're not even engaged.
What's the best outcome? Like that they settle with them, that they give them, that they pay a licensing
If you stole,
fee?
I mean, you took it, you just settle.
I think
get it back on sale as soon as possible. You're just hurting consumers at that point. You have plenty of money.
Mm-hmm.
Move on. Give them
best
like
case
$1 billion
scenario is
or
they just
something.
buy Massimo. But then you're like responsible for all of, you either shut Massimo down and then all of their benefits in the health market go away because they're doing good stuff, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I am shocked that I think this was a game of chicken. I think Apple was calling a couple bluffs here and just guessed wrong. And then like everyone was like, "Oh, Biden can veto," but he didn't. He did not.
He did not.
He did not.
Not even a little bit.
No.
So here we are. The Apple Watch is currently unbanned, and it'll remain unbanned for a indiscriminate amount of time. Yeah, and like I don't know. We'll see. I'm just happy I have my Ultra 2. Do you have the Apple Watch Ultra 1 still, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Ultra 1.
Yeah, I mean, I need my double tap, to function as a human.
Oh, do you? You need it to function.
Look at it. It go.
Look at it. It go.
No, it's pretty mid, and it only works like half the time. So that's the Apple Watch band situation, which that's just still to this day, like it's wild that it's this public. I think you're right.
It is crazy that even happened. Like that is insane.
That's never happened, right? Yeah, in the United States,
for
the biggest
product like the Apple Watch to not like to see it off of Apple's website. They've also changed their language a lot about the blood oxygen stuff on the watch. Like, it's not mentioned as heavily. They also took it away from like Series 6 and stuff. Their language for it on there. And
wait, really?
Yeah, because blood oxygen started with Series 6, right?
Yeah, but wait, you're saying they changed the website?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's been changed back since it's been quote unquote unbanned. But when that happened, they did. Like, they stopped. That used to be a big part of the marketing stuff on the page, and they just sort of, like, buried that.
So when I checked a few days ago, it was... Yeah, see, it's right here. Measure your blood oxygen. It's a breathtaking innovation.
Breathtaking innovation, yeah.
The remarkable sensor and app. I mean, they really sound as if they did this themselves.
Yeah.
And maybe they did. I don't know.
Like
I'm not in the room. Oh, really? Okay, so this is what I remember it being, just because like the feature's been out for a while.
Yeah.
But fair. And the ECG's been out even longer. There's another company that claims Apple stole their ECG tech that hasn't really made as much progress. And that came out in 2018. But apparently Massimo won another case against a different company for the blood oxygen sensor. So they're like, oh, we can take on the big boys now.
Like, especially since working on this Tim Cook doc has changed a lot of my perspective on like modern stuff that's happening, because Tim Cook, like I have learned way more about Tim Cook than most of us knew surface level, that now hopefully everyone else will know after the doc. He is an incredibly terrifying and ruthless human being. Like he walks around smiling and it's all adorable. And he's like a man of the people, but when you close those doors, honey, he is a scary, scary man. And it wouldn't surprise me if like this is just the chickens coming home to roost. Like he was ruthless and just stole everyone's shit. And now a couple people are like, hey, wait, we shouldn't let him steal our shit. Oh, Timothy.
But that changes my opinion about Tim, if that's true.
Oh, no, it doesn't change my opinion. Like, if anything, like he's like a supervillain.
I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good to be a supervillain.
No, it's fine. I had like a...
What book are you reading?
So this is After Steve. It's a book by Trip Mickle. There was a whole section in this book. I'll have to find the exact quote. It's in the doc, where the way Tim Cook's meetings work is like he lets you come in. Oh, please let this be it. Okay. Let me just read a paragraph.
Oh, we're getting educational. Okay.
Cook's demanding stoicism created fear. Middle managers screened staff before allowing them to present to Cook to ensure they were deeply knowledgeable about the issues involved. They dreaded wasting Cook's time. If he sensed that someone was insufficiently prepared, he would lose patience, say next, and flip the meeting agenda page. Some people exited meetings in tears. Like, just absolutely fucking ruthless with his time and his management style, and, like, does not give people time to explain anything. Doesn't have time for it.
You know what's interesting? You know where he got that from?
Who got that from?
Tim. That style.
Who?
Steve. That's the exact way Steve did his meetings as well.
Oh, well, funny enough, this is like running parallel with Steve. So like it's so interesting seeing the timeline of like this is when Steve was alive. That paragraph is from when Steve was alive. Like there was Tim Cook is like Steve Jobs' kryptonite, I think. It's very interesting how well they worked together because they were so different.
Interesting.
Yeah. Tim Cook is like, I don't think he has emotions. I don't think he's real. I don't think he's a real man.
And you like this? I feel like this is gonna be making me feel more negative about. I wanted this dog.
Okay, well, you got to think it from a business perspective. Like,
Yeah,
there's
but
something
like-
to the reason this company is not a normal company is because it's led by not a normal man who's willing to take liberties in certain areas that the rest of us just aren't because we like to be normal functioning people and be nice to people. He doesn't give a fuck about people. Not even a little bit.
See, that's not good.
Not even
bro.
a little bit. It's so, oh man, Tim.
Yeah, I thought this was like a Tim Cook fluff piece you were working on. Do you talk about that in your doc?
Oh yeah. You will not leave this doc not understanding who Tim Cook is as a person.
I met this man, and
You'll
he
have a
wouldn't care
pretty
about
good,
me?
yeah, you'll have a pretty good feeling of like how he operates. A company doesn't become $3 trillion if you're a nice guy.
Is that why I'm not a $3 trillion company?
That's why
yet?
you are too nice. You have too many morals, too many principles. Fucking throw it all away. You should make another show. If you were like Tim Cook, you would make another tech news show called Backpage Tech. That's clearly a copy of mine, but you don't give a fuck, and you're not going to pay me any money. You're just going to take it and do it better and produce it more and more and more and put it on TikTok. Like
I do.
That's what Tim would do. He would steal Front Page Tech and just post it on TikTok because I'm not posting there, and everyone thinks that you made it.
I really should. Would you let me do that? Would you let me keep the ad revenue?
Today me would. I don't feel like fighting it.
Oh, that's awesome. Breaking news at the Genius Bar, everybody. Oh, wait. There we go. That was like a happy sound. The Apple Vision Pro. Wait, put it on me so we can make a TikTok out of this. The Apple Vision Pro. It's finally come. You fucking switched it. Why did you do that?
Okay,
Don't
go
do
ahead.
that. The
Don't
Apple
tell me
Vision
you're
Pro.
gonna make a TikTok and I won't
Shut
fuck
the
it up for
fuck
you.
up and let me make this clip. The Apple Vision Pro is almost here. It's coming in February of 2024, and I could not be more excited. Did you see this story? Did you see
No, I've
that
seen nothing,
Mark
actually.
Gurman...
You should tell me.
Dude, Mark Gurman says Vision Pro is releasing in February.
That's not the I thought last time we heard from Mark Gurman it was not coming this early.
That's 2 months. That's 2 months until Vision Pro. We get Vision Pro in 2 months, dog. And you know what? When I did actually initially tweet what he had said, let me go back a little bit and just go ahead and stand on Badness real quick.
Stand on business.
Because I had tweeted that Vision Pro might release in January of 2024, according to Mark Gurman.
Okay.
I tweeted this on December 10th, and he said, but the date could shift to February. And then he goes, what I actually said.
Oh, fuck.
Well, Mark, I guess what you actually said was what you originally said, which is what I originally said. My head hurt.
Was there a tweet? It's coming back to me. I remember being like busy and doing something and opening up Twitter or X or whatever and kind of seeing remnants of like you and Mark going back and forth. Like he was like, I didn't say that. And you were like, oh, that's funny because it's like, kind of sounds like that right here. And you like showed him a screenshot of what he said and it is exactly what he said. Was that this?
Yeah. Let me find this. This was pretty funny. Oh yeah, and then he linked it. It was what was that? That was really funny. I wasn't just sitting by that day. Well, I love Mark. This is all in good fun. Everybody remember this.
It's all
There's
in
no
good
actual,
fun.
like-
Mark Gurman,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
little weasel. Come on, GeniusBar. Let's hash it out.
I actually really like Mark. Gosh, yeah. Where is he? There's
Can
so
you just
much.
look at
There's
your
just been so
replies,
much
or do you
news.
reply to a lot of people? Because I always get notifications
Oh no,
when you
you're
reply.
right. You're right. I really actually don't reply to many people at all. Okay. Yeah. He said, what did he reply to me? Dude, what? Oh,
Wait.
here we go. So basically, in between of the Apple Watch ban, Gurman was like, hey, Apple's working on a software update. And the way he worded the article, considering it's titled, Apple races to tweak software ahead of looming Apple Watch ban, I was like, oh, that sounds like they're trying to basically release this software update to avoid the ban, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I read the title, and then the 2 bullet points below is like, hey, they're set to do it this day. And there's, they've already submitting they're submitting the workaround to customs to basically get around this.
Also, hey, yo, bro, where the fuck is community notes on Bloomberg saying that the watch is banned? Where the fuck are you?
So yeah, he goes, nope, never said last ditch effort, never said this would prevent a ban. This is probably a while away. And everybody was like, yeah, go get him. And then I was like, well, you did say engineers of the company are racing to make changes to the algorithms. And Apple Inc., just days away from a U.S. ban, is plotting a rescue mission.
Dude, Mark Gurman, you are
which is great journalism. Like, he is a phenomenal writer, one of the best tech writers.
But I don't think
of our time.
I think I just fucking figured it out. I think Mark Gurman has a ghostwriter, an actual journalist, because how could you reply to Sam and go, I didn't say that, and forget that you fucking said that?
So then I
in
said,
such an
fair enough,
eloquent,
King.
journalistic way. Dude, you are a marshmallow man. You're not real. There's a ghostwriter. Mark Gurman has a ghostwriter. Saying it now.
How do I community note? Where's that option?
Where's the community note on the whole Bloomberg title of that article? How dare you guys?
Actually, speaking of Bloomberg, do you remember that crazy story they published a few years ago that they never retracted?
Which one? Oh, what was it about the chip one?
Yeah, the great big hack Bloomberg.
I thought that was Business Insider.
Dude. So, no, this was in 2018. Bloomberg posted this absurd story that China has been secretly putting little chips in Amazon and Apple products to like track people.
Mm-hmm. And it's still up, huh?
But like, it was kind of debunked by everybody because they're like security people were like, no, somebody would have noticed this. It's not just like, so yeah, they did this crazy story about it.
By the way, Gurman didn't write this article, right? This is just separate.
No, this was somebody different.
Okay,
this is just Bloomberg.
Just clarifying that for listeners that can't see the article. This was not written by Gurman. Yeah. Just also happens to be under Bloomberg.
Yeah, but same umbrella. And basically like, I don't know, basically said that like, this is insane. And it's funny that like most times, Apple denied it. Like,
yeah, that's such a huge thing to say.
Wait, I forgot about this. Apple issued a public statement against the story.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit, I don't remember this. It said could you imagine if you like uploaded a video and Apple on their press page put what John Prosser got wrong about Apple?
Holy fuck.
Dude,
Apple
and
provided
it says,
Bloomberg Businessweek with the following statement before their story was published. Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
Dude.
They were like, they fucking gave them a statement and Bloomberg was like, nah. How about not?
Dude, they go, we are not under any kind of gag order or other that's crazy. So yeah, it was just this insane story that Bloomberg never retracted and the Daring Fire. Oh, that's cool. He changed his logo to a Christmas tree. I didn't notice that. That's really cool. We gotta get John Gruber on the show.
We love Gruber. We are Gruber stans.
Yeah. He's one of the OGs. But anyway, yeah, he sort of like makes fun of the story all the time, and I just, Bloomberg is human too. Is the point of that?
But like, why wouldn't they retract it?
It's a great question. Probably got a lot of clicks.
That would be gone now, but it's not gone.
So I figured out. You know why like Mark and other people are always like, when I post something, he like links the thing below it. Like, do you know why that happens? It's not just for like, oh, haha, fun. I think they get bonuses based off of how many page views they get. So, I mean, it's just like us. Like, we get paid more when more people view it. So, obviously, you want more people to.
Oh, also, can we, speaking of doing that, can we talk about how fucked Twitter is or X is, whatever you call it?
Sure. What's changed recently on X?
Just since everyone is monetized now, like this happened before, but it is happening at a horrible level because everyone's monetized. Like the day the GTA 6 trailer came out, all the accounts posting the whole trailer, not a link, the whole trailer, and just getting so many views and so much money. How is that fucking allowed? How is that permitted? How is there
I don't know if it's
what?
I don't know if it's that much money. It's like, maybe 100,
These accounts are still getting so many views and followers from that will then carry on to every future post. Like, that's fucking insane, dude. The other day, and I'm not making this up. The other day, I was fucking scrolling, and someone uploaded the entirety of Oppenheimer in a tweet. 3.5 hours of movie, and I checked. Really I was like, "Oh, maybe this is just a joke. Maybe it's like just a Rickroll for 3 hours." I had just watched the movie. It's the whole fucking thing. They just tweeted, and Twitter's like, "Okay, go ahead," but you get fucking community noted for using the word banned.
Hold on.
It's still up.
Wait, there's no way. Hold on. Wait, this is not dude, this is a different movie.
That's not it. Let me see if I can find it because I texted it.
That's crazy. People are. Oh, I think they've gotten taken down. And why is everybody posting it? That's so weird. Yeah, I think it got taken down. But anyway, it was obviously insane. Up for too long.
Like, at least with YouTube, like, that would be caught on upload. That wouldn't be able to be posted because copyright stuff, there's a system in place. Twitter is just like, I don't know, upload it and we'll see if someone figures it out in a day or so.
And then we'll take it down and be like, oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, it's bad. Elon, insane, I don't know what he's been up to lately. The Cybertruck's out, though, which is kind of sick. I kind of like that.
It do be looking hot.
I do like the Cybertruck. That's just a side note. Let's see what 9 to 5 Mac's up to. Here are some of the best features to try on your new Apple Watch. Let's learn together. John, would you like to know the best features? I bet double tap is going to be on here. Oh, customizing your watch face. It's always so funny when you can tell they're like, this is not an article for like Twitter. This is an article for like Google SEO. Mm-hmm. Which is like, I get it. There's no judgment here. I would do the same thing, like titling videos judgment. A certain way. No, it's just funny because it's like, this is going to get 3 likes, but it's not for Twitter. Anyway, there's been one other big Apple news that is actually a couple weeks old that we didn't talk about that I found was very interesting. And as we
it's
are
so
Apple
weird
News
to see all the extra
show.
stuff on your Twitter because you pay for it.
What do you mean?
Like verified orgs, Premium Plus, Grok.
Oh, dude, I'm actually debating paying for verified orgs. They made a basic tier, and I really want that gold check mark.
Oh my god.
I think I need to just get the views up. Basically, I will do it if I can make more off of Twitter than it costs to pay for it. I will pay for it because it's like not that much money anyway.
Yeah.
And I think it would be fun. And it actually, if you pay for the $1,000 a month, it gives you more views anyway. So I'm like, whoa, would it be worth it?
So I'm like, whoa.
I don't know. It just seems cool. It's a way to compete. Not that X actually matters, and I don't really spend that much time on it. My point being, I do want to talk about this because this was really, 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 really cool.
Let's talk about it.
Dude, Apple added a new stolen device protection feature where there was basically this issue that if somebody got your passcode, they could get access to everything on your phone. Like they could reset and restore your phone. Basically, it was a thing where people would look over your shoulder or scam you at bars. Uh-huh. They'd see your passcode and then they would steal your phone later that night. The Wall Street Journal broke the story. I think it was a bit blown out of proportion. I think they sort of made it sound like it was an epidemic happening, constantly, millions of people a year. I think it was happening to probably maybe hundreds or thousands of people a year. It was really bad, but also, be careful. You just be careful. I mean, so anyway, the point being, you shouldn't blame the victim.
Like an epidemic of people getting their shit stolen?
Yeah, because they would be, basically how it would work is you'd be at a bar, you'd be trying to take a photo, and somebody be like, oh, you want me to take the photo for you? When they're taking the photo, they do the 5 presses, so you get locked out. So then you have to enter your passcode, right? So then when they do this, then they have their friends stand on the other side of you and they watch you go do, and then they steal your phone later that night. And then they have access to your, people got their stuff stolen. I shouldn't actually be laughing. My point is there was some circle activity around the Wall Street Journal, end this post that I was like,
I
okay,
see.
we gotta calm down, guys. The point being, Apple added this feature. It's actually very, very cool. It's called stolen device protection. And it basically forces you, like, here, let me just read it. It's like accessing safe passwords requires Face ID. So you can't reset somebody's bank password with just their passcode. You need their face, which is obviously another layer of protection. Changing sensitive settings is a security delay now. So if you change your passcode and then try to change your Apple ID, there's a delay. Now, there's no delay required when you're at home. Like, this is actually something, I believe it's coming in 17.3, that, I mean, it's just better. Just across the board, it's just better for everybody.
Also
and it's
kinda
very,
clever.
very cool that Apple. Yeah, I'm glad that Apple did this. Like, it will help people in a way that, you know, they might have had bad things happen to them before. And I think that's really,
It's
really cool.
incredible, like, how locked
Smart.
down things really are. Like, so for the dock, we have an iPhone 4 that we, like, there's a scene in the dock or, like, a clip in the dock where we actually have this phone working. It's dead now because the battery lasts 30 minutes. But but to make this work under Apple accounts that are actually mine was incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
With how locked down it is. And I mean, part of it is the limitations, like they're like 2FA didn't exist for this phone. I don't know if you guys knew that, but 2FA was not like a thing with the iPhone 4. And so that being such an integral part of Apple's systems now makes it incredibly difficult to even sign into your own stuff. And so to hear that, like, people are getting their, I mean, I guess if someone is watching you type in your passcode, yeah, but actual insanity. And it should be like, it's, especially if you have stuff set up right, and especially if you know your phone was stolen, it's usually pretty easy to lock that down, is it not? Like just going to Find My and erase the device or something?
The thing is, you can do it so quickly with the passcode that they were beating people to getting their friend's phone and doing that. Like with just their passcode, they were able to change their Apple ID and password and all their bank stuff and steal like $1,000 within like, I think it was like 15 minutes they were able to do it. Jesus. So like, yeah,
Yikes.
really bad. Now, also,
That's why I don't go to
I
bars.
feel like there's got to be a way to like track that phone somehow, maybe. Like I feel like that person should be in jail for the rest of their
still going to
lives.
be the same.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know how it works, and this is just better. So very cool. And at the end of the day, good reporting from the Wall Street Journal that they got Apple to do this change.
Oh, this is not that.
Well, this is
about
the
the
next
HomePod.
story. Yeah. Aren't you excited that the next HomePod's going to add a curved LCD display?
Oh, it's from
according to
Kasutami. Okay,
Kasutami,
we
our
like.
favorite boy. Yeah. It's coming. New HomePod into works.
Okay,
Cool.
we like that curved display.
That's that story.
Same design as HomePod 2. Okay,
Yeah, I mean that's that story. There's not a whole lot with the new HomePod, but it's gonna have curved LCD, so that's kind of cool.
I love HomePod.
Yeah. Do you have a full size HomePod in your house?
I have just the original one. I don't have the new original.
Like
one.
the original full size HomePod?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds better than the new one. Hell yeah, bro. Me too.
I mean,
It does.
I'm
It
not
does. In a
surprised that
blind-
it does, though. Like, that's the point. They put too much into a product that people weren't going to pay that much for, and it just wasn't sustainable.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very similar, and it is starting to slow down a little bit. So there's part of me that every time I ask Siri to like do something, I'm like, please don't answer, just die, just explode,
Just
so that I have
die.
to buy the HomePod too. But that is the
I mean,
that is the one Apple product.
I'm a HomePod mini stand, though. I have them in every room.
But HomePod minis don't sound very good.
No, they don't. They don't. They sound all right. They're a little.
Yeah.
For what they are,
They sound all
they're
right.
very muddy.
Yes, that is my biggest problem with it, and they just.
It's
I mean,
which
it's night and
normally speakers like that, speakers that size, are the opposite of muddy. They're very trebly, and so I feel like Apple did some serious overcompensation
Yeah.
to because normal people associate bass with good, and so they just absolutely killed that thing. And it sounds like every HomePod Mini sounds like someone put a pillow over it.
It really does, and I have one in my bathroom, just over yonder.
Just over yonder.
And I've had it since 2020.
Don't say you have a HomePod over there. You're ruining the illusion.
It's fine. I can't say that my bathroom is to my left. I can't say that I shit about 12
No, because it
feet
looks
to
like
the
you're in a
left.
motel.
Dude, I
You
have
can't
a
have
nice
a HomePod
bedroom
Mini in
set.
a motel.
I have a nice bed. Are people really not going to like this set?
Listen,
I thought it was actually really good.
You did work hard on it. I'm sorry.
I worked really hard on it.
I'm sorry,
And I feel like you're
Sam.
kind of
I
shitting
know
on
how
it.
hard you worked on it. I shouldn't be
I
talking
literally-
like this.
Like, people don't realize what I've gone through. Like,
I'm
just
sorry
to show,
for making fun of you. I'm sorry. I don't mean it. I was just doing it for entertainment, but I know how you worked really hard.
like, just to show people
You
where
even
I
got a new
started.
lens for this, and like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, I literally got invited out to an event and stuff to do this, but it's like, no, I mean, this is obviously the ultimately better set.
It is. It is much
Yeah.
better.
I think that this is the
it's
new
more
home of Apple
homey,
track.
more relatable. I like it. You know.
I
You
think
didn't
this
even.
is really good.
Is the bed even made?
Yeah, it actually is. I'm one of the keys to success. Everybody, call me Jordan Peterson. I think it's making your bed every day.
Yeah, clean your
I
room.
think I've been thinking about lately.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you're ready for this thought that I'm about to have.
Oh, is it gonna like break my brain for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it might.
I'm ready.
Why did the iPod Shuffle ever exist? That was the worst idea I've ever heard in my life. That shit
really
sucked.
not
That was
great.
ass. Yeah, you get your iPod and it's $39, but you don't get to pick what you play in. That shit was
Okay,
so
well,
funny.
let's
I remember
think
when my
about the
cousins
time
got them.
period.
Dude, my cousins opened a couple for Christmas and they were just confused. They're like, but how do I know what song? And their parents just go,
You don't.
it's a surprise.
I feel like that
awesome.
was a product of the time, though, because weren't there similar products like that?
I mean, I think so.
Like that just
And just
didn't
look
do
at how this
anything?
shit, dude. Look at how it looked. It was just the buttons.
It really did.
They
be
said,
cute, though.
"Oh, wait, you can still buy these." What is
No.
an M player? iPod
$96
Shuffle?
for 2 gigabytes,
Oh no, I think that actually is
packaged
real.
in white box with generic accessories.
Oh, so they've like repackaged it. Huh.
For $96, you can fuck right off. It
It
is cute though. It's
yeah,
like
here
an
we go.
iPod for people that can't buy iPods.
I mean, it was really cool. Look at the first
Oh
gen
my-
Shuffle, dude.
Oh goodness, dude,
Rare.
dude. You want to just feel really good inside? Look up the iPod
Yeah.
Nano.
Oh yeah. No, the iPod Nano was my first ever Apple product. It was a goat.
Oh, dog.
This was my first ever
Dog!
iPod. Yeah.
Okay, the one right there, the second gen one. So I guess right there. Second gen.
this one?
Second gen. Third image. Up at the top left. Third image. Top left.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, this was my first ever
Dog.
iPod. Is the silver one.
Dog. I can feel that still in my hand. I can fucking feel it.
Dude.
Holy shit, dude.
You can get one for only $23.99.
I might do it. Like all those colors are good, but the silver though. The silver's the move.
Dude, I had that iPod and it was absolutely
Did you
game-changing.
have a dock? Tell me you had a dock.
No, I did not.
Dude,
I just had the iPod.
My friend, I would spend the night at his house a lot because my life was in turmoil as a child, and on his nightstand was a specific dock. It was like a nightstand dock with an alarm clock on it. Oh,
What is a
dude.
sealed iPod Shuffle going for? That's not open. So okay, so $90.
$90.
Why is everything opening in a new tab? That's really annoying. I just want to open the link. Why are we
$90 or best offer?
free? Oh wait,
Can I
is this
offer
really
you no
a
money?
thing? Original iPod new in box sealed. You can get it for 99 cents and nobody's bid.
Wow.
Yeah, it turns out these
Should
are
we
not
do-
valuable. But you want to know what is valuable?
What it is?
You want to see what the crackpots on eBay are trying to sell the iPhone 2G for? They have got... Oh, it's not even showing up.
Why?
Sealed...
I'd probably just not to scare you away.
I mean, I saw one that was just actually absurd. Like, somebody had... There's no way that's real.
Not real.
There's just no way.
For 4K? No.
No, because I think it's just new, but like...
If that's real, Sam, without going into too much detail,
CC, it's been resealed.
okay, But if that was real for that price and that was not a lie, would you kill yourself?
No.
Because...
And don't you say anything else about the matter. Let's just move on. Okay? Let's just you know what? Okay, so that get me getting back for you for the little teaser I put at the beginning of the show. Let's see. Fair enough. No, you can see that this has just been like, I mean, maybe the
new
phone
with matching box. So that box didn't even come with it.
Yeah, I don't really know because a lot of times they claim that is the original box.
New sealed box, Apple iPhone 13 Pro Max. Oh my, what a steal! How much is that going for?
See this. What is this, dude? Hold on.
By the way, I don't know if you're like actively looking at something, but it's not showing us.
I know. I'm sorry.
Apple iPhone first generation 2G 8 GB never activated open box matching serial number.
See, this is not. It's open. It's not sealed.
That's not sealed. You can't reseal it.
Also, why do you have like a shrine to Steve Jobs in the background? That's
looks
weird.
like one of those. Have you ever seen how like there's like a Mexican tradition of, I forget what it's called, but when a family member dies or somebody important, they make in their home like a memorial, like a shrine, and it looks exactly like that.
Is the iPhone there? Do they have their phone?
Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
So yeah, that's not. I mean, so this is what it is. It's the phone has never been turned on, I guess.
Okay.
But why would you pay? The whole point is that the whole point is it's sealed. I mean, come on, guys. Do we? There was one on here that was insane. Maybe it was a sealed iPad, sealed original iPhone.
Also, the 30-pin connector didn't get enough love. It was pretty good.
What are you talking about? That was insane. Here we go. This is what I was thinking of. An iPhone 3G.
Why is that also in a shrine? What is going on over at eBay?
These people want
$35,000 or best offer.
But dog, it's an iPhone 3G. It's not the original. It's just a 3G.
Jesus. Or best offer.
Oh, but it does come with the dock. Yeah, why is there a shrine?
Those little lights,
like this.
dude. What are they? What is this picture of Steve Jobs? What do you people think you're doing?
I don't know. What is this? What are these eBay listings?
Yeah, you got to read them out for audio listeners. You got to help them out. Can't just go, what are these?
No damage.
Never talk about it.
Never open. It's still new sealed.
It's still new sealed. Careful read important. If you change your mind, cancel the order, or accidentally order, I cannot... By the way, there's a period after that. I cannot approve cancel order, period. Also, I cannot accept return if for take it off sealed, eBay policy gave me choose, approve cancel order, or decline cancel order.
See, I also, and I'm just saying this respectfully, I don't think I would be comfortable forking over $35,000 reading that description.
Well, obviously, language isn't their first English.
And neither is yours, right? But like some of these are just crazy. I mean, dude, people are... Okay, here's the thing. They're calling these 3Gs an investment. I want to let you in on a little secret. The only iPhone's actually worth money are the 2Gs. That's just what it is.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
I would pay obscene amounts of money for an iPhone 4 still to this day, like if I didn't have one. But that's just like sentimental. Like, this is my first iPhone.
Really? So you'd pay $30,000 for an iPhone 4S?
No.
You said I'd pay obscene amounts of money.
Obscene
so where is
for
it?
me is like a $5 gift card though.
Well, okay. What if somebody could give you a sealed iPhone 4? What's the most you would pay?
A sealed iPhone 4.
And you were sure it was real?
$10K.
You are insane.
But
that
listen,
is an extreme overvaluation. You can get those for $2,000.
Listen, but that's not what you asked.
Even.
You said, "What's the most?" Like when you say that in this situation, they aren't easy to get, and I really want it, and I don't have one,
dude.
And it's sealed. I would pay $10K like to get it back in my life. That's
wild.
I had a website called Geek Basics back in the day. And I was a devout Android user in school. I was one of those fucking nerds that, like, anytime someone put out their iPhone, I was like, but do you know what my phone can do? That's what I would do. And anyway, my 10 viewers of my website, I had a poll up on the website back in the day, and there was like, Verizon back in the day, I don't know if they still do this, but there was like a 14-day return policy. And so I opted to get an iPhone because the people on my website convinced me to do it. And if I didn't like it, I would just return it. And so I got an iPhone 4. I came from an HTC Thunderbolt, if anyone remembers those phones. And that was like massive display. Well, back in the day, an HTC Thunderbolt, that was a massive display, ran Android.
Okay.
And I got my iPhone 4. And it was like, the HTC Thunderbolt it's not like some shitty cheap phone. That was the first 4G smartphone. Like, this was top of the line back then. Going from the quote-unquote top-of-the-line Android to an iPhone 4 was actually life-changing. Clearly life-changing because this became like my career. The level of fluidity and smoothness, it was just like, it felt like magic in my hand is the best way to put it. I was not used to technology feeling that way. Like, it didn't feel like a piece of tech anymore. It just felt like an experience, and that was life-changing, and the iPhone 4 will always have a special place in my heart. I have one of those grid like teardowns in the frame of the iPhone 4 that's up there. I have one right here. The iPhone 4, this was from a fan. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but I reached out one day and was like, does anyone have an iPhone 4? And a fan sent me this, and it's included in the dock now because it's working, and there's a SIM card in this bad boy. I could actually use this as my phone. It took some work because for the dock we needed it to actually be functioning and working, like send stuff to this phone. So it needed a SIM card and it's a whole thing.
I thought 3G got shut down.
What?
Yeah, there's no 3G anymore in the U.S. Everybody shut it down.
Well, this is a Mint Mobile.
Oh, I wonder if Mint maybe has.
I don't know. This is a Mint Mobile. Technically, this is like, it was in like LTE or 4G packaging. Or no? What is Mint Mobile saying? I have the thing right here.
I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, this phone, like, it works. Has a phone number and works.
Whoa. Yeah, apparently in 2022, every 3G shut off. So I don't know how you did that, but cool.
What?
Congrats. Yeah, 3G's not available anymore, dog.
Maybe it doesn't get like I've never tried to go on the internet with it, so maybe it doesn't have that, but it does get SMS and stuff because I sent it to SMSs.
Oh, maybe maybe just data.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But
yeah, that's weird.
Even just activating the Mint Mobile thing was a disaster because Mint Mobile requires you to. Well, at first we thought I had to call them, but like the original requirement is to download the Mint Mobile app. And for this to work in the dock, we wanted stock iOS 5, I think is what's on here. And you can't fucking download new apps on iOS 5.
No.
That's not a thing that can happen. It just goes, it just laughs at you. It goes, okay, poor. Can you please get a different phone that's not. Jesus. How old is this phone now?
I came out in 2010, brother.
So 24 years old almost. 24. Can I try again? We'll just cut that out.
No, that is the one thing this episode is staying in.
Your face.
Woo! The
shock that you had picked me as a friend.
Because the vibe changed. You're like, oh yeah. Oh, so 24 years old. Well, that'd be as old as me. Actually, no, I'm 25. I'm an old man. How old are you now, buddy?
You are getting old.
You 33? 34? 35, sorry.
Literally, you stay the same age the whole year. I'm still just 30. Have you ever tried being 30?
No, I'm terrified.
Dude, you just wait. So much happens that you don't know is going to happen when you're 30. You just wait. You are not ready.
It's almost as if I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, life has plans for you when you're 30 that you didn't even know. It was already in the schedule somewhere. You just weren't aware. No one sent you the email.
Okay. I feel like, so It's the end of the year episode.
It is that.
Oh, dude, I forgot I had a whole plan for this episode. Can we actually can we start this episode over from scratch? I'm
go ahead.
actually
I'll
like
start
kind
right
of
now.
not
Go ahead.
kidding.
Intro.
No, but see, I know you're not going to actually do that, and I don't want this to be at the end. I feel like we should actually re-record for an hour. I wanted to do the best and worst of Apple in 2024. We would break down every product and be like,
oh, that
what was good, what
requires
was bad.
planning.
Yeah, but that
I'll
would've been
re-record this
fun.
episode if you want to record it tomorrow. If you want to plan accordingly.
I feel like this episode has not been that strong. I'm just being honest. I look like a fucking elf.
Okay, I'm going to ask this question.
Uh-huh.
Are we in the middle of recording this episode actively?
Yeah.
At the end, after recording an hour, are we deciding to scrap it?
You know, it's not the craziest idea I've ever had. How do you feel? Do you feel like this has been a strong episode? Oh, he knows in his heart of hearts it's true.
I can't tell if you're still doing a bit because this is going out or not.
No, this isn't a bit, dog.
Are we scrapping it?
I feel like it just hasn't been that interesting. I feel like if we need an agenda. I fucked up because I was late without the note. I mean, we can put this out. We like tack this on to the end as like the bonus episode. But I think we should actually like restart and do I think we should do like a good 40 minutes of like real show. Dude, you look like you just saw someone die.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for spending how many years is this with GeniusBar? 3?
It's going to be our 3rd year in 2024, dog.
Crazy. Thank you for spending another year with GeniusBar. Can't wait for a whole other year. Thanks to everybody for listening and smiling and laughing and crying with us for a year. I hope that you have a great New Year. Spend it with family. Don't spend it alone like me. And yeah. Any final thoughts?
I love you. I feel like should we do something tonight for New Year's?
What do you mean? I'm not sad. I have a deadline coming up and I am nowhere near finished and I'm losing my mind.
You know, now that you say that, I just kind of feel like I need to be out doing something. Like I have a couple like options.
Oh yeah, this is just another fucking day. I'm just doing my work.
But like I should keep working on my iPad video. So you think my takes are not ready for the mainstream? For my iPad video? Fun fact,
have you filmed it yet?
Dude, it's not done being written.
You said you got towards the end of the video. Do you mean just writing the end of it?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Tonight I have to film. I really probably shouldn't. I'm gonna FaceTime you at New Year's, okay?
Okay. It is New Year's right now.
I'm going to say Happy New Year's. Wait,
okay.
No. Oh, I was like, we are in different time zones. I'm going to celebrate in Central Time because that's where my homies are.
That's where all the homies are? Okay. I'm going to edit this together, and hopefully it's up before midnight.
Is this all going in the episode, this whole part? Probably
guess.
not. We should have cut it a while ago because this is really boring and bland.
Okay.